Beverly Humphrey Stadium, Tiger Stadium on the campus of Lancaster High School, where the second-ranked Longview Lobos tonight are playing for the first time ever in this building. Looking to build on a 3-1 start to the season. They'll take on a Tiger team who's started the year ranked third. Right now they're 1-3 and trying to figure out if this may be a game that springboards them toward the playoff. I'm Chuck Zach along with Keaton Daniels as we are just minutes away from kicking off what many people thought at the beginning of the year would be the most important, biggest game of the district season in 7-5A. Keaton, is it?
If you judge them by the atmosphere of this place, This is absolutely one of the biggest games. You talking about a jam-packed atmosphere, folks tailgating left and right. It feels like a college game tonight. So excited to be a part of this and bringing this to Lobo Nation.
Well, and for the Tigers, they've not beaten the Lobos ever.
Absolutely.
This would be a big deal
to
win this game tonight for them.
Yes.
For Longview, well, it feels like this is business as usual.
Yeah.
We're in the district. We won the district opener. It's time to go win the second game of district.
Yeah, each game for Longview is the next most important game. But something about this game just feels even more important. You got a team that you have beat, I believe, 4 times.
4 times.
And they know it. And you got them. They're finally playing us at their home, so they're going to play us as hard as they can. They have this date circled on their calendar ever since we beat them last year. So you know that they're looking forward to the Lobos coming in.
We have danced this dance a few times in the past 3 seasons, 2020 and 21. The Lobos knocked the Tigers out of the playoffs. Last year they met as district foes for the first time over at Lobo. Longview had 182 yards from the legs of Taylor Tatum and a dominating defense. They had 12 tackles for loss and 7 sacks in that game last season against the Tigers and won 21-13. This year, Longview lost to McKinney. Start the year, we all know it. We don't like to talk about it, 23-21, but have since then whipped longtime rivals Marshall and Legacy and Lufkin 112-14, and that's without playing an extra half.
Absolutely. Pretty convincingly wins by the Lobos. 3, and if you ask us, 3 get-right games.
That's right.
To the point where it makes us feel like we're rolling on all cylinders on both sides of the ball.
Lancaster opened the season. They beat Dallas Skyline 28-14, but they had a murderer's row schedule to start with. At South Oak Cliff, they lost that one 42-21. Oh, I don't know. They're just, back-to-back defending state champions.
Right.
They got Denton Geyer last Thursday, 28-21. We're not sure exactly how good Geyer is. Yeah. They're always pretty good.
Correct.
But they handled Lancaster last week. And then maybe the shocker of all, you could look at this and say, all right, well, the Tigers are going to be 1-2 when they start district. They got McKinney North to start. They'll be 2-2.
Yeah.
They fell behind 21-0 last Thursday. They rallied to get back in the game, but they lost 28-21, and that's where today are the whispers of, is Lancaster for real this year, or the Tigers pretend and maybe they weren't as good as we thought they were?
Yeah, they started that game out slow last week. They had a couple turnovers in the red zone, which when you look at it, it was 14-0 in the first quarter very quickly. It was kind of hard for them to shake back from that, and at the end they ended up losing that game, and it's shocking to us that they lost.
Injuries could be key tonight. Lancaster tailback Kewan Lacey, who is committed to play at Nebraska next year, left last week's game with an ankle, and we're not sure. He says game time decision was what the coach said this week. He probably will play. He was in warm-ups today playing, but his ankle's heavily taped.
And I'm looking at him right now. He has a noticeable limp to him, so he's definitely not at 100%. He is one of the best backs in the country, in the state. Very, very well impressive kid. So it's a shame he's not at 100% going for tonight for them.
We also don't know about 4-star cornerback Corian Gibson, who's committed to play at Clemson next year. He didn't play last Thursday in the loss to McKinney North. He's been kind of in and out, spotty in the lineup. And the word from Leon Paul, their head coach, was he's questionable for today. So you got a couple of key star players for them who may or may not be full strength, who may or may not even be in the game. And as we talk about injuries, Longview's a little banged up. Offensive line in particular, right tackle, we've gone through 2 of them, and we're shuffling linemen around tonight to put the best 5 out there to block in front of guys like Taylor Tatum. And so we'll see how they hold up, having some guys switching spots where they would normally stand on the offensive line this evening. If Keewan Lacey cannot play, this becomes a heavily focused game on the quarterbacks for Lancaster, and that's not necessarily what they want to be seeing. They've got a two-headed quarterback duo. Their running quarterback, Jaquavius Pipkin, and their passing quarterback, Carter Jones. They split time over the past 2 seasons. Here come the Lobos, by the way. Both of them are juniors. Both of them play. Both of them get significant time. It's kind of for Coach Paul, which one's got the hot hand?
Absolutely. Both of the kids are dynamic in their own right. If you watch the game, or if you remember the game from last year, they played the shorter quarterback, or the running quarterback.
Pipkin.
They played him a lot, but at the same time, when they took him out, they did us a favor, in my opinion.
You're not kidding. Yeah, you are not kidding. So that's what we're facing as we get ready to start. Last week in district, it was, of course, we talked about McKinney North's win. We talked about Longview's 42-0 win over Lufkin last week. They just blew out a Panther team that was unbeaten coming in and drove back down to Lufkin with the same old going on. Tyler beat North Mesquite. Forney, I don't even know what to say. 69-0, they beat West Mesquite. We have a bye week this next Friday, and then we go to Forney 2 weeks from tonight. We're going to find out how for real the Forney Jackrabbits really are.
Absolutely. That team has been dynamic all across the board on the offensive side of the ball, racking up points week in and week out. And, we have our hands full tonight, but when we play them, we're going to have our hands full with them as well, too.
You're not kidding. All right, in the games tonight, Forney's at Lufkin, North Mesquite's at West Mesquite. McKinney North already played. They beat Tyler last night. So McKinney North leads the district at the moment. They've got the only 2-0 record in district play. Tyler now 1-1 in district play. So that sets up where we are going into tonight's game. We're coming to you from Beverly Humphrey Stadium. And if you aren't familiar with the Beverly Humphrey story, then you're missing a lot of track history, because this is a coach who got 13 state track and field championships as a team, including 8 in a row. They dominated during the 2000 to 2010 decade. They won 8 in a row during that. She was one of the few female athletic directors in the state. Got that job in 2004. And retired this past summer after more than 30 years in education. This stadium is named for her.
Man, that's really impressive story to hear that. One thing that you always associate with this Lancaster team is speed, and make no buts about it. They're fast. They're fast in every single sport that they play in athletics. So a shout out to her. That's very impressive.
No kidding. We said this last year. We'll repeat it. Leon Paul got this job in 2021. He'd been the receivers coach and passing game coordinator for Duncanville for the 5 years before he got this job. This is his first head coaching job, and so far he's done a pretty good job. He's 20-8 in 3 seasons here at Lancaster. All right, captains are getting ready to toss the coin. We got the Lobos backs. We've got the Tigers backs to us. Lacey is number 1. Number 0, Tyrick Martin. An interesting story. Martin on Mother's Day was at a party that night and was a victim of a gunshot. He actually got shot 4 times back in May, and ended up having to have a plate in his arm. Got shot in the legs and the wrist, and he actually got on the field for the opening game of the season, and he's number 0. He's got to keep an eye on for Lancaster. All right, as they're down there doing the coin toss tonight.
Quick story about 0 real quick while they're doing the coin toss. I mean, if you remember the game last year, he racked off a good 14 catches or so against us. So he is somebody to keep watching all night long. Not
necessarily a great deep threat, but a real possession receiver. He is 10 yards all the time, it feels like.
Yeah, they got away from the run a little bit, and it was him all night long.
Yep. Lancaster looks like they won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half, which means Longview is going to get the ball to start things, and that's where we're going to get to begin tonight as we get ready for the second game of district, as the Longview Lobos will have the ball to start. Here's their lineup offensively. Fernando Longoria is going to be at his spot in left tackle, but then everybody else except the center's moving around. Cedric Wrighton's going to be at left guard. Tavion Morgan's playing at center again tonight. Jamorion George is going to be the starting right guard, and Jacoby Watts is moving over to right tackle. So a little shifting, 3 of the 5 guys in different spots tonight. Cedric Mitchell's the tight end. D.K. Reese, who's having a great start to the year, 10 catches, 290 yards and 4 touchdowns, is at one receiver, Ethan Harrison the other. In the backfield, we'll see Buster Mumphrey and, of course, Taylor Tatum. And the quarterback is only the Dave Campbell 5A quarterback of the week, Andrew Tutt, who last week went 5 of 8, 148 yards, a couple of passing touchdowns, and ran for 1 as well. That is the Lancaster Tiger Band. We remember seeing them last year at halftime at Lobo. Look forward to seeing both these bands tonight, both of them outstanding. So if you're not a band person, you're going to miss a heck of a lot at halftime if you leave us.
You get the best of both worlds.
All right, we're getting ready for kickoff. We'll finish off the defense now for Lancaster before we get going. Their defensive line is junior Jaden Shaw at one end, Davon Berries at the other. J.D. Mans, keep an eye on number 90. He is 6'4", 340 pounds. He is a big load in the middle of that line. Jacoby Williams is next to him. He's a 260-pound junior. Their linebackers, Katie Winston, Devon Newman, and Demetrio Mendez. In the secondary, Jordan Jones is one corner. Corian Gibson is supposed to be the other. He's the Clemson commit. Cameron Robinson and Braylon McDonald are the safeties for a Lancaster defense that gave up 183 yards so far a game coming into tonight. They've also allowed 178 passing yards. That's 361 yards of offense per game. And right now, that's last in district. They've allowed 8 touchdown passes. They have collected 0 interceptions. All right, that's the pregame stuff. Let's get the real stuff going.
It's time for some football, and I'm excited to bring it to you guys.
All right, Lobos in their road whites, sitting back, not terribly deep. Taylor Tatum is off to the left. And And let's see who we got there.
It's Boosie
back there. Excuse me.
Yeah, so you got two of your running backs back there. I expect to see some pooch kicks, but the kicker does have a leg. He can kick it to the end zone. He is kicking it. The wind is to his back, so it's in his favor.
It is 83 degrees. We're getting ready to start. It was really hot, about 100 degrees in the Metroplex when we got here. Andres Castro is the kicker. He's ready, and we're underway. And it is indeed short bouncing kick. Ends up bobbled around and finally falling down on it back at around the 20-yard line. Taylor Tatum had all kinds of trouble with it, and that's exactly what you're wanting to do if you are Lancaster. You want to keep the ball moving around and out of the hands of the Lobos if you can help it.
Yeah, if you want to keep us far away from midfield as possible, making us have to march it down the field. So good field position for Lancaster to start this game.
Ball will start at the 21-yard line for the Lobos. First down and 10. As we get underway. First play, how about a little play action? Tut back to pass. He's looking deep. He's got a lot of hand contact back there as he's going for D.K. Reese. Can't get him. That is J.B. Henderson, who's back there at corner. That may mean Corian Gibson may not be going tonight.
Yeah, that was man-to-man coverage from the start there, and it was excellent defender. He was able to stay on the inside and not let D.K. Reese get inside on a post fly route.
Second down and 10. Go to the eye, go to the ground. We got a flag down before we get going, and boy, you don't want to start seeing this. Getting behind the chains cost us against McKinney in the season opener. We'll wait for the white hat to give us a sign, and he's going to say false start on the Lobos. So the exact thing you don't want to see. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Yep, 2nd and 15 here starting out on the second play of the game. You don't like to see that from the Lobos. So we'll probably go spread a little bit again, and let's see what we can get, especially which we're probably see a lot of man-to-man coverage tonight.
It's second down. We are a long way from the field. If we hesitate to call numbers, it's because we're forever away from the action. There's a huge track and a really flattened out stands in front of us. Tut back to pass on second down. He's going to launch one deep and again incomplete.
No flag there. That was D.K. Reese on another fly route.
And again, Henderson on the coverage.
So he's looking like he's going to mirror him all night long. D.K. Reese is checking out the game. It looks like we're kind of going into a little bit of a bigger formation. It looks like D.D. Williams is checking in, our big receiver, who's also plays quarterback for us.
Buster Mumphrey coming out of the lineup for the Lobos here on 3rd down and 15. Harrison is going to split along with D.D. Williams. They'll split out right. One man in the backfield, Taylor Tatum will give it to him. He sweeps to his right and cannot get away from the defender as he's taken down at the 15. Well, fights his way to stay up, but really that play ended at around the 15-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. Lobos went backward on all of that.
Yeah, that play was over with before it got started. Just a zone read, outside zone. Wasn't able to get outside because the defenders, they were moving too fast, as we were talking about earlier in the pregame show. Lancaster's a team that's full of speed, so trying to get outside, good luck with that tonight.
And Taylor trying to fight to stay up actually ended up getting pushed backwards, so it's back at the 11-yard line, and that's where the Lobos are going to kick tonight. John Monsaveas boots one high. It is going to be caught at around the 48-yard line. Tell you what, sometimes it's brains, sometimes it's bold or guts, but no fair catch called for. Henderson was the returner that time. He got smothered by 2 Lobos just across the 50-yard line. They're going to mark him down at point of contact at the 45, and that's where Lancaster's going to start their first drive of the night.
And he did us a favor. When the ball is kicked up so high like that and you got to back up, chances are you need to go ahead and call a fair catch, but we'll take it.
So they'll mark it at the Lancaster 45-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10. Early on here, one drive in the books. Offensively for the Tigers. We'll set them up here in just a second, but they are starting with Carter Jones, their passing quarterback. They pass on 1st down. They got a man.
Yeah, he was by himself right there in the slot. I'm not sure what was going on there. When you got number 6 in the game, he is their passer quarterback. So you want to, when he's in to check for pass first, or he's not a threat to run it as much, even though he can.
He goes to Tierrick Martin for 12 yards and a first down on the first offensive play of the game for the Tigers. Jones still out there. They're trying to get a man off the field before the snap, and now they do.
That has to be a flag because that was 12. They lined up with 12.
Extra guys in the huddle. And what we also can tell you, looking down at the field, is I do not see Kewan Lacey in the game.
Correct. I don't see him neither. They're starting out with number 22.
That's
the
Zion
running back.
Stewart.
And that's Stewart here.
So we get a penalty on Lancaster. They'll go back 5 yards. So each team has now had their own 5-yard penalty. They'll go back to the 48-yard line. So they get 1st and 15. And we're off. Jones looking to his right, throws that way, and that ball is caught at around the 37-yard line. That's going to get back some of the original yardage. On the catch that time is, saying that was number 1. That is Cameron Robinson.
Yeah, Cameron Robinson ran just ran a quick in route. Able to find an empty spot in that zone, and the quarterback found him for an easy completion.
Up to the 37-yard line.
Got a lot of movement here.
So
a lot of gimmick play.
Second down, about 5, about 4, we'll call it. Back to pass, Jones again. He's in some trouble, gets rid of it in a hurry, and that's going to be caught and knocked out of bounds by Willie Nelson at the 31-yard line. And let's see, the reception that time, I believe that's Martin again.
Yeah, they went to empty real quick, and so a lot of times when you see a high school team go empty, that ball is coming out real quick. If it's a run, only thing it can be is a draw. And with number 6 in the game, I guarantee you they have their play in their playbook, but he's not going to run it as much.
It's first down at the 31-yard line. Now they got Kewan Lacey in the game now. He gets the handoff, tries to put a move on the first man. That's Chase Smith, but he and Buda Garrett combined for the tackle at about the 27-yard line for a gain of 4.
Just curious to see how Mr. Lacey continue to get up tonight, especially battling with that ankle injury.
Lobo defense, Jarius Shepard, Arion Harper, and Billy Smith are the ends. Chase Smith, Jamerson Derensburg, the outside backers, Kason Brooks, Brendan Reese on the inside, Jaden Simmons, Javion Robertson are the cornerbacks, Buda and Willie Nelson are the safeties on 2nd down and 6. Ground again, nothing doing as Derensburg's the first one to hit him after a gain of maybe a yard, and it's going to be a 3rd down coming up.
Excellent stop there by Mr. Jameson. There by the Lobos. A whole bunch of Lobos was able to rally in and be able to stop him on that play to break up a 3rd and long here.
We know it's 4-down territory. They got to get to the 21-yard line, so 3rd and 5 coming up. Lacey's staying in the game. Martin's going to go into the slot, and it's still Carter Jones as the quarterback.
A lot of space there on the slot receiver. You don't really see a defender out there guarding him.
Jones going to roll to his right. Looking. He'll throw on the run. He's got a man. That is caught inside the 10-yard line, and it'll bring up 1st down and goal. And that's number 1, Cam Robinson again.
Yeah, he got that ball over Simmons there, our cornerback. It looks like maybe been a little bit of cover 2 action as he was able to get the ball over him on the corner route.
They had a 3rd and 5. They got it down to what will be about the 7-yard line, gain of 19. So 1st down and goal now for the Tigers. Lacey stays in. They got a new fullback in the game. Big blocking back to the right. We'll see if they go that direction. Indeed, they pull the fullback instead. He does a nice job moving away a defender, and Lacey's in for the first score of the game as he scores from 7 yards away.
Yeah, Lacey was able to make easy work of that, making a defender miss him, as you want all your great running backs to do. And he did just that, showing you why he's going to Nebraska.
Josh Brown, 34, who's one of their defensive ends, was the pulling fullback that time. And they did a pretty nice job of moving Kason Brooks out of the way. So point after try coming up now. Andres Castro is the kicker. Ball is down, kicks on the way, and it's good. So we're going to take a timeout. We've got about 7.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. 7-0 Lancaster here on Longview Game Day.
And now at Orr, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at Orr Cadillac GMC in Longview.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Charlene Ingram today.
Welcome back. That drive, 7 plays, 55 yards. And Lancaster gets on the board first. Take a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, not an ideal start for the Lobos offense and defense. Going to 3 out on offense, going negative yards, and then defense giving up a touchdown on the first drive.
They're directional kicking, and that's going to be to about the 30-yard line, and not much more about the 35 for Longview. Let's see who caught that ball. That may have been.
Looked like it was Royal.
No, it's actually Maki Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart.
So Lobos will take over at the 35-yard line, their second drive of the game. First one went incomplete, penalty, -5 yards on a run.
Starting out with better field position here. We'd love to kind of get back to what we do here as we coming out in the gun here, kind of spreading them out a little bit.
Boosie in the slot, DK outside to the right. First down, the play action, Tut back to pass. Again going long, Boosie.
That's a flag
there we go, being grabbed and pulled to the ground, and that'll get a pass interference penalty. After 2 failed attempts to get a flag on the first drive, they got one here on the second drive. Jordan Jones called for the pass interference, and the ball's going to move up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, the Lancaster defender, he was in no man's land. He didn't know where the ball was at, and he started. And you got a speedster there in Boosie, and he wasn't able to get his head around and redirect. So he took a 15 instead of giving up a touchdown there.
All right, Lobos get their first down of this ball game. They'll go to the 50-yard line. And on first down, how about a little run action? Taylor dropped the ball. It should have been down on the ground, and I think they're going to call that.
And the back official, he has a good eye of that. He came in and called that down very quickly there.
Tatum right up the middle for 20 to get to the 30-yard line. Ball came out, but after contact with the ground, so Lobos maintained possession after the 20-yard run.
And I tell you what, that's a boost of confidence there by the O-line and the way that we having to shift them around to get a big gain like that, to move these big boys out of the way, to bust the game for 20 yards. You got to feel comfortable.
Got Humphrey in front of Tatum. Hand off to Taylor again, right up the middle again. He'll spin his way for another 11 yards and another first down with Buster Humphrey leading the way.
And right on cue, right again, Coach King sees something and he's going right back to the inside. And I guarantee you, if they don't make a change real quick, it's going to be night early tonight for them.
19-yard line gain of 11. First down, Lobos. Same formation with the exception of flipping a receiver. DK to the left, back to the ground to Tatum. Right up the middle again. He busts into the end zone from 19 yards away. And how about Tatum for 20, Tatum for 11, Taylor for 19 in the score.
Hey, big-time runs, boom, 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 big-time plays there. 3 straight runs there to get us in the end zone, and that's the early touchdown for your Lobos to get back in the swing of things. And if Lancaster doesn't stop that, it's, like I said before, it's going to be a long night for them.
All right, that touchdown moves Taylor into a tie with Fred Talley. Most career touchdowns, 55 now. He's number 2 on the list, trailing only Caden Meredith.
Hey, shout out to the Fred Talley himself, one of the GOATs. Shout out to that 97 and 98 class that they represent for the Lobos.
Point after good by Montevideo. We'll take a break. We're tied at 7 here on Game Day.
When I was a child, one of my favorite Bible stories was David and Goliath. Sadly, if you or your loved ones are involved in an accident, the insurance company and the lawyers who represent them are Goliath. For over 25 years, myself and my partner Marty Young have stood between you and Goliath. The insurance companies know the difference between Godarzi and Young and all others. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we're here to help.
House party? We got you covered. Office meeting? Come on, treat them right. Game day? You know we're here for it. Get your taco, nacho, or fajita bar today, only at Juicy's Taco.
Well, you want an answer? How about that's an answer? 4 plays, 65 yards, a 15-yard pass interference penalty, and 3 Taylor Tatum runs, and we're even.
Well, if your question involves Taylor Tatum, I guarantee you the answer is going to be right.
That's right. All right, kick coming this way. Trying to get outside. Look like a little block in the back. No call there. And the returner's going to bring it out across the 30 to about the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. So Taylor Tatum moves up on the all-time career touchdown list now. He is tied with Fred Talley, and that, by the way, was his 51st rushing touchdown. That is 2 behind Talley for most rushing touchdowns in a career. Again, behind Caden Meredith, who had 57 of them.
Yeah, Taylor Tatum, he has a long way to go for that, but he's excited for the challenge. I know he is.
First down, 34-yard line. Carter Jones still in the game. Lacey at tailback. He's going to try to get his as he goes for 6 to the 40-yard line. So far, both teams have shown they can run the football a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and Lacey coming out a little bit. He's limping a little bit tonight.
Yeah, we got the bad ankle. We know that. So we'll keep an eye on him being on the field or not. They bring in a new receiver. Number 14 for them is Josh Snell, who comes in.
Going to an empty set, so again, look for something to come out quick. You need to rally to the ball very fast and tackle in space.
Yeah, very quick pass. He got rid of it in a hurry with the ball. Emmanuel Choice, he crosses the 50, and they'll mark him down at about the 43-yard line on the Longview side of the field.
Ball is coming out quick. You got to be able to read and react and be able to play fast here and tackle these guys in space. Got to know your down and distance, got to know your formation and know what's coming at you.
First down and 10. This may be a puncher's game back and forth. To the ground go the Tigers, this time without Lacey in the game. Not much doing. That's Zion Stewart, the tailback, and he gets blown up early, and they lost maybe a yard on it.
And that was an excellent stop there by Longview. They looked like they went blitz. Once they started seeing the 2 backs in the backfield on that, kind of realized it was probably going to be a run.
And it's just a big difference. Stewart's not bad. I mean, he's a 5'9", 185-pound senior, but he's not going to Nebraska. And he hasn't had the carries that Kewan Lacey's had.
Yeah, let's see what type of load he can take tonight.
All right, they're looking at the sideline, trying to get the play in. Carter Jones steps back. Little high snap, goes right back to the ground again, and nothing doing. Those defensive linemen, he fights his way for a couple. Zarian Shepard got there first. Billy Smith was right there with him as they'll mark the ball at the 41-yard line for a gain of 3, and now it's 3rd down.
And it looked like we timed up a blitz right on time there to be able to stop them from minimal gain to bring it into a 3rd and long.
That's a chess match for John Barry and his staff.
Yeah.
You got a banged-up tailback, and they got a bunch of fast little receivers. Can you get to the quarterback before he can get the ball to them?
And again, we got empty here, so watch some slants, watch some quick.
There you go. Get rid of it in a hurry. Complete to the 40-yard line. Breaking a tackle down the 30 to the 20. Makes a cut and all the way diving into the end zone for the touchdown. And I believe, was that Lacey they had set out?
It was definitely Lacey.
Yeah.
It was definitely Lacey.
They set Kewan out as one of the 5 receivers. He caught a 70-yard touchdown in the loss last week against McKinney North. This time he goes in from 41 yards away. And Lancaster's had 2 drives and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, like Lacey is showing you he can do it on both ends, whether it's catching the ball or receiving it or running the ball. I'm sorry. He's showing how dynamic he is as a runner in space, being able to make the defender miss and taking it to the house.
Castro for the point after. Quick moving first quarter, lots of action. Here's the point after. It's on the way. That is up and good. 14-7 ball game. We'll take a break. 3:40 left to play in the first quarter. You're watching us here on Longview Game Day. welcome back. Here's the kick following that touchdown. Lobos will get to about the 40-yard line where they will start their third possession. And one more time, I believe it was Mucky Stewart on the return. And Lobos will get great field position at about the 40. That was a 4-play, 66-yard drive for the Tigers. And we believed at the beginning of the year when you looked at the schedule, this was going to be a big-time game. Despite the record 1-3, this is a big-time matchup.
Absolutely, and Lancaster knows it as they have came out with 2 big haymaker punches, scoring on both of their first 2 drives.
All right, Lobos back on offense now, trailing 14-7. To the ground they go. We'll see how the defensive unit of the Tigers reacts to having been gouged 3 straight times by Taylor Tatum on the first carry of this drive. Let's see where they're going to mark this. Not much. He went down at about the 42-yard line, so gained of 2.
Yeah, once you went spread a little bit, it kind of was able to compact in on the zone there and wasn't able to get outside as we went away from what was working out for us in that last drive.
2nd down and 8. 3 receivers set this time. Roll out by Tutt. Looks down the field. Got a man through his hands and incomplete as the intended target was Taylor Tatum. Pass was a little high and a little hot.
Bringing up 3rd and long here. Lancaster changed it up. They changed up their coverage that time. They settled for a zone that time instead of playing man-to-man, which they've been showing all season long for the most part.
Slow start for Tutt. He's 0 for 4 so far tonight. And now it's 3rd down and 8. Got a lot of hands on hips already for the Tigers. It is a humid, hot night. Cooling off a little. On 3rd down, they go back to the ground, back to Taylor, and Tatum's going to squeeze forward to maybe the 47-yard line, but they're shy of the first down by about 3 full yards.
That was a 3rd and long. We settled for the run play there. Since we had success on that the last drive, Lancaster gave up a little bit, but they was able to stop us about 5 or 6 yards shy of the first down to bring up 4th here.
So 4th down coming up. J.B. Henderson is back deep for the Tigers. John Monsiváis will be punting. Now, we haven't stopped the Tigers yet. This makes you a little bit nervous. This is our 2nd kick here in this first quarter. We're coming up on the 2-minute mark. Monsiváis' kick gets out of there. Way high in the air, but short. It will hit at the 38, takes a Lobo bounce, and will be downed at about the 30-yard line. Short kick that time. Only 23 yards on the kick.
Hopefully the Lobo defense, they have 2 opportunities to see Lancaster so far. A little bit passive in my eyes. Hopefully they can come back to their confidence a little bit and can play their normal type of game and can get us to stop here as we're down 7 right now.
2:09 left, first quarter. Carter Jones has been the starter so far at quarterback in the first 2 possessions. And looks like he's staying out there. Hand off to, they've gone again to 22. That's their 2nd back. That is Zion Stewart. And Stewart gets across the 30 to 31-yard line.
And that was an excellent tackle there by number 41, it looks like, for us, as he was able to reach around the guard and he was able to make a play and get the tackle there.
Yeah, tackled by 41. That's Isaiah Horton, one of the linebackers. Lobos mixing a bunch of linebackers in already early this evening. All right, back to pass. Jones. This time he wants to go deep, but he overshoots the intended target. He had his man open. That was number 1, Cam Robinson.
And the reason why he wasn't able to step in and get that throw, because there was a blitz call right there by Chase Smith, and he was able to get a hit in on the quarterback to force him to throw that ball early and too far out there.
All right, so 3rd down and 9. This is your pass rushing down if you're the Lobos. Haven't seen many of those so far tonight.
Hey, again, we're going empty, so we need to rally to the ball real quick here.
4-man rush for the Lobos. Quick pass again.
Got
this
interception.
one intercepted. Picked off.
Touchdown.
And off to the races we're going to go. Touchdown, Buddha. Is that Buddha? No. No, that's not 10. That's
like
Javion Robertson.
Yes, that was an excellent tip drill there. The defender was able to read and react as the receiver wasn't able to get a hold to the ball. And when the ball bounces up like that, 9 times out of 10 is going to fall into the defender's hands as for a touchdown for the Lobos.
So Robertson with the interception. I believe that's his 2nd of the season. And the Lobos use the defense to potentially tie this up. Monsivais is about to come on for the point after try. Tut's going to be the holder. Davion Morgan, the long snapper. Hold is good on a good snap. Kick is on the way. We're tied at 14 with 1:28 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout as you're watching us here on Longview Game Day.
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist today.
All righty, welcome back. Interception return for the touchdown. Javion Robertson, and that gets us knotted at 14. That's one of the bugaboos for Carter Jones. He'd come in completing 54% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. So he's thrown his 4th of the year. This kick by Monsivais is going to go out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They'll tack 5 yards onto this and probably put it at the 30, and that's where the Tigers will start after getting punched in the mouth by the Lobos.
Yeah, excellent job there for the Lobos. They answered our questions as we was hoping that they was going to come out with a getting answer and getting a stop. And they did better than getting a stop. They got a pick 6 to the house to tie the ball game up.
All right, it'll be first down at the 30 now for Lancaster.
Yeah, we're going to turn back around and do it again. Make quick work of it. Quick celebration. Now we gotta play defense one more time.
First down back at the 30. Back to pass. Jones, he's got some pressure. Flushes, he's going to have to turn it and run. We got a flag down behind him as he slides down at the 36-yard line. But there is a flag down in the backfield, and that looks probably like somebody held for the Tigers.
Yeah, one thing about this Lancaster group, they are a big bunch of boys. So they, no doubt, once the quarterback started scrambling, it was going to be a holding on one of those big uglies.
Well, I hate to say ugly.
I'm going to call them
ugly. Well, we just call them unattractive. Can you do that? Is that better?
Yeah, one of the big unattractive. I'm going to still say uglies.
They'll put a 10-yard holding penalty on them, so we'll move them back 10 and make it first down and 20.
No disrespect to the parents, but just the nature of the game.
All right, so for the first time on offense, Lancaster having a little struggles. First a pick 6, now a hold on first down. They got first and 20. And on first down, they'll go to the ground. Lacey back in the game. How about right up the middle across the 30? He got the penalty yardage plus another 2 as he gains 12.
Yeah, big time gap there in the defense as he was able to reel off 12, 13 yards there to get them back to where they're manageable again on second down.
Now as a player, do you block a little different knowing the guy behind you can break one to the house versus maybe the backup that can't?
Yeah, absolutely. You know with a back like him as this next plays go.
Oh, they got Martin again. I don't know why the Lobos did not tackle. Robertson was the first guy there and didn't really stick in to try to make a tackle. And instead, Derek Martin's going to be down to the 49-yard line, and right away they got out of that first and 20 in a hurry.
Yeah, got a first down real quick as they got 2 explosive plays as they get the ball close to midfield. But back to what you were saying earlier, when you get a back like Lacey, and you know you may miss a block, chances are with a back like him, he's going to make their first person miss.
Which is why Nebraska wants him.
Yes, indeed.
First down, 49-yard line. Lacey still back there at running back. He'll play action this time. A little pressure coming and managing to get rid of the ball. Well, no, he didn't.
Fumble.
Ball is loose at the 50-yard line. He faked and pulled it down, and I think the Tigers managed to get it back as Jones got back to the ball and fell on it, so it's going to be a gain of maybe a yard. They may have actually gained a yard on that. Let's see.
That was a lucky bounce there. It bounced several times for him, and that's the end of the quarter.
Yeah, they're having a little discussion about where they're going to place the ball, but either way, we're going to come back with about 2nd and 10 as we get ready for quarter number 2 here on Longview Game Day.
The Lobos store has been a mainstay of our football program for many, many years. It's important to us because it gives our fans a place to go to get merchandise. They want to wear to games and different events, but also the Lobos store creates money for our Booster Club. And all that money, 100% of that money goes towards our kids. So please go support the Lobos store. It's a great place to meet up and socialize, buying tickets for the week or for the season, and they look forward to seeing you.
We'll do it next game. All right, welcome back. The officials conferred and decided it's just a 0-yard game. It's basically 2nd down and 10 on the fumble, that last play of the quarter by Carter Jones. So we start the second quarter. We'll flip fields. 14-14 ball game. This is a big one here in 7-5A rather. And on 2nd down and 10, we have only seen Carter Jones. He's going to the ground again and across the 50 to about the 47-yard line for a gain of about 4. That's Lacey, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. And actually mark him at the 46-yard line, so we'll make it a 3rd and 5 upcoming.
This is your money down for the Lobos. 3rd down here. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get the ball inside to one of their slot receivers if they don't run the ball here.
Lacey, 6 carries, 35 yards so far. 3rd down and 5. One man in the backfield. That's Stewart. Will hand it to him, expecting the Lobos to think pass, and he's just powering his way and kind of got pulled real close to the 1st down. Looks like he's going to have it at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like that little extra oomph that he got, or a little bit of extra pull there from his lineman, was able to get him for the 1st down there. As they called Longview slipping a little bit on the 3rd and long, and they ran it at him.
Well, that's the chess match. You want to put all those receivers out there. You get guys out of the box, and your running backs have a chance if they can break a tackle or get a block. And they only needed 5. They got that. So at the 41-yard line, 1st down and 10. Lacey back in the backfield. And the Tigers go back to the ground. Actually, it's Stewart again, and this time he's going nowhere as they blow that thing up right at the 40-yard line. In on the tackle that time, Jemias Morrow in there.
And after that run there by the running back, the backup running back, Lacey checks back in the ball game for the Tigers.
He's getting the break about every 2nd or 3rd play.
Yeah.
When it becomes a money play, they get him back in the game. 1st and 10, we can go with Stewart. 2nd down, we need some yardage. We'll go back and get Keewan Lacey back in the game. Back to pass. Quarterback Jones got a man caught at the 29-yard line, and that's going to be another 1st down. And right now, the Lobos are having trouble figuring out the short passes. Emmanuel Choice with the reception that time for a gain to the 29 of 10, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, that was just a bail coverage there. That was Willie Nelson guarding him. He kind of bailed out into a cover three look there, and the receiver just settled on the hitch, and it was easy pitch and catch.
Coming up on the 10-minute mark. 1st half, 14-14 game, back to Lacey. Right up the middle, breaks a tackle, 15-10, makes a cut, and he's pulled down from behind, but not until he gets a 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line.
That was a tackle there by number 31, Kason Brooks there to save a touchdown as he was able to hustle to stop them as they hurry up to try to run the next play.
They get it up at the 7-yard line, right back to the ground to Lacey again. And they'll get maybe the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. He's impressive. For having a bad ankle, he has been impressive so far tonight.
Yeah, definitely running off a lot of adrenaline, especially after getting going with 2 early scores from there, he probably feels invincible, feels like he can go all night long.
Well, last week, 179 rushing, 70-yard touchdown reception, 97-yard kick return touchdown. That's a pretty good day's work. Hand off to him again as he burrows down to about the 2-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal there for the Tigers. Lacey checks out of the ball game. This looks like the backup is coming in, but I suspect probably in 3rd or short with him being a very small back. Actually, no, they look like a running back. Look like they're going to a wildcat formation right now.
Yeah, that is Henderson they've put back there. That wildcat, he's going to take it and go right up the middle and just push, waiting for hands to go up, and there they go from the far side official as J.B. Henderson gets in from 2 yards away with 8.5 to play. And the Tigers go back on top 20-14.
Yeah, there was no hiding what they was doing with him. Once he got the ball, he didn't fake it. He didn't try to hand it off or anything. He ran straight behind the lineman's butt, and he was able to find pay dirt to get the Tigers back on top.
All right, on for the point after try. Andres Castro's hit his first 2. Kick is up and on the way. And it's a 21-14 ball game. 8:53 left to play in the first half. We're going to stay here during this one because we need to do a little spot here locally, and we want to give a huge Lobo up. Thank our amazing Lobo Football Booster Club and business partners, Matt Davia, Morgan Morrison, Jessica Vaughn, Ivan Tatum, Cherie Stein, Sherelle Ballard, Karen Tutt, Brandon Smith, Joe Carroll Cox, Jesus Mancha, and many other dedicated volunteers who serve up fantastic pregame meals that fuel up the players. Can't thank them enough. Also want to shout out Roost of Longview, Frenchie's Chicken, Taco Goya, Little Mexico Restaurant, and Super One Foods for their incredibly generous food donations for our student athletes. If you are potentially with a local restaurant or organization, you want to sponsor Longview ISD students and programs, you can send an email to ask@lisd.org, and we'll get you plugged in. All right, that drive, 11 plays, 80 yards, overcoming a first play holding penalty, and Lancaster's taken a touchdown lead. All right, 8:53 on the clock. Boosie and Taylor back at about the 20-yard line. Castro ready. Here's the kick. And again, squibbing it short. Again, Maki Stewart's going to get it. And again, the Lobos will start at around the 40-yard line. Now, they've got their plan. They're not going to let guys like Boosie Washington or Taylor Tatum take it all the way to the house. They'll give up maybe better field position than you'd want, but they're not going to give up a long return.
Absolutely, they want to limit Taylor's touches as well as Boosie's touches as well too. As knowing we had 2 dynamic 1-2 punch back there, as they settled to make us drive the ball 60 yards instead of getting a big gain on the kickoff return.
So they're going to put it down actually at the 39-yard line. That's where it'll be first down for Longview, trailing by 7. To the ground they go. Taylor trying to go up the middle, bounces it off, and the ball comes out. Lancaster's acting like they've got it. I'm waiting for an official signal.
And they do. He's giving it to him. I'm not sure if he's marking him down or not.
Yeah, let's see what we're going to get here. Personal foul, face mask on Lancaster.
So that erased the fumble.
Wow.
If you're Taylor, you want to secure the ball a little bit tighter tonight. As you heard you had an earlier fumble that the ref called on the ground.
Well, that is a fortunate turn of events for the Lobos.
Yes, fortunate. Couldn't tell exactly from where we're standing at if the face mask indeed caused him to lose the ball, but seeing a fumble from the offensive side of the ball it's never a good thing.
They're going to spot it at the 46 of Lancaster. So first down for the Lobos on the Tigers side of the field. Coming up on 8.5 to play. First down at the 46. Tutt handing off. Tatum, a little angry run for 5.
Yeah, he's frustrated at himself. And so he's running with a little aggression right now. But you want to make that aggression into good for the Lobos and not cause any turnovers or anything.
Jaden Shaw with the tackle. They'll actually say gain of 4 on that for Taylor. So ball at the 42, second down and 6. 21-14 ball game. Turnovers been responsible for one of the Longview touchdowns. Pick 6 by Javion Robertson. Second down and 6. Tut faking the handoff, pass inside. That's going to be caught by Boosie, who's knocked down immediately at around the 33-yard line. Enough for a first down.
Excellent pitch and catch there on the play action pass there by Tut to Boosie here, as he was able to make that catch and able to go down for a first down for the Lobos.
Gain of 10, first completion for Tut today. Longview will keep the ball and drive. Taylor to the quarterback's right. 3 receivers again, Boosie in the slot. Tut going to run a little option. He'll keep it himself. He's got the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, the touchdown. For a second straight week, Andrew Tut showing off the legs, and we're a point after from tying it up again.
Excellent read there by Andrew Tut there. He had an option play there. He was able to act like he was going to fake it to Taylor. Takes it up to the house as your player of the week from last week, able to get a big-time score for the Lobos.
And some of that based on how he ran last week. That's a play that had not been in existence for the first 3 or 4 weeks.
Absolutely.
They got it this time.
Absolutely. And Tut is running with a lot of confidence now, and that has turned over into the game, to his play too.
So the face mask kept the ball in possession of the Longviews. Montevideo hits the point after. We're tied at 21, 7:02 left to play in the half. We'll take a break. We're coming right back on Longview Game Day.
I am Emily Kidwell-Ramey, owner of SIG Ramey Insurance. Thank you for voting me Best of East Texas 3 years in a row for Insurance Agent. I am an independent agent. I shop the market for you. I specialize in home, commercial, auto, and life. Insurance is foreign to most people. You have to have an agent that is going to look out for your best interests in the coverages that you may not know that you need. If you do not have an insurance agent that is working for you, I would love for you to contact us. We're located on Judson Road. Just look for the green door or call me at 903-235-5658.
It's a barn burner here at Tiger Stadium in Lancaster. 21-all, 3-play, 46-yard drive. The face mask was huge. Kept the Lobos with the ball. And as I'm watching the feed on Facebook, King Tut with the touchdown.
King Tut.
That's what they're starting to go with. I don't know if Coach King's going to like that or not, but you can do that on the forum all day.
Yeah,
here's the kick. This one's short by Montevideo, and they'll fair catch this and move it out to the 25-yard line.
All right, it's been the first half for the offenses on both sides of the ball here, and if I know Coach Barry like I know, he's not going to continue to keep settling for this. He's gonna make an answer. He's gonna make a stop. Longview is known to be able to weather the storm here, and you would love to see it come right here, especially with 7 minutes left to go in this first half.
All right, ball at the 25-yard line. We are knotted up at 21. This is kind of like it was last year.
Yes.
First half was this very same kind of thing. Not quite as many points until the Lobo defense made some adjustments in the second half and really shut down the Tigers. On first down, still Carter Jones at quarterback. To the ground they'll go again. That is Stewart with the carry up to about the 29 for a gain of 4, second down and 6.
Hey, simple zone read. Simple, quick handoff to the running back. He was able to just find just an open alley, open lane there, and just get whatever he can. As he got, looked like it was 4, close to 5 yards.
So second down, 6 yards to go. Lobo defense had 1 turnover, pick 6. They're trying to adjust to all the guys in the far left. Back to the ground, Stewart looking to go up the middle, and oh boy, he got blown up in a hurry.
Excellent stop there by the defense. We got a timeout. Looked like it was a timeout called.
Well, I'll tell you what, the three-headed monster for the Lobos that time of Brendan Reese, Billy Smith, and Zarius Shepard blew that thing up. And it's going to bring up third down, and they got to get to the 35-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, you got Lacey back in the ball game. You got a quads look, which is two receivers on each side. You definitely don't want to You want to be able to tackle the space, especially if they throw it up at the top side on the far side of the field.
With 3rd and 4, they'll play action, in some trouble. Derenberg's got him, and he'll take him down. Back at the 21-yard line.
Little excitement there.
I think that may have been Daryl Dolly. Was that 91 or 81?
Couldn't really tell, but that was an excellent sack there by the defensive end, as it was a play action. This was a slow development play. He was able to stay home, and then once the quarterback tried to make a move on him, he wasn't going anywhere. He had him for the stop.
Well, either way, it's going to be a sack and a loss of 10, and it's finally punting time now for the Tigers. And Willie Nelson's going to be standing at the 40-yard line.
And then you got way back. you got a 2-look. You got Buda Gary right there too as well.
Got him short, and this is going to be a short kick. Willie's going to just wave everybody away and say, nope, never mind. And the Lobos will have a shorter field to deal with as that went out of bounds just across the 50 at the 48-yard line with just under 5 minutes left to play in this first half.
Now, momentum is starting to shift a little bit. We got the ball right here in midfield. Don't be surprised if we line up with Tut under center, and don't be surprised to see a play action as I see Taylor. I'm stumbling on my words because I see Taylor checking out of the game. So the play action, my thought process of the play action is not going to come right now.
All right, well, Lobos will start 1st down and 10 at the 49. Just a couple of ticks under 5 minutes left in the first half. Back to pass, Tut. Got him in. He's going to air one deep if he can hit him, and he just misses the intended target as D.K. Reese had gotten behind the corner and was open, and Tut was just a little strong on the throw.
Yeah, just a little bit of an overthrow, but the perfect ideal play. As the defender, he bit so hard that he was gonna walk into the end zone. Miss there. It was a miss there by Tut and D.K. Reese.
Yeah, it's a great play call, however. Good job by Chris Valerie. Had the right play, just couldn't quite make it work. 2nd down and 10. To the ground to Taylor Tatum. He'll sweep to the right. He's got the 50, the 45, the 40, and he's knocked out of bounds a little bit further out of bounds probably than need be. And we'll see where they mark him down. Looks like it's going to be around the 36-yard line, so that's enough for a 1st down as he goes for 15 more.
And that's a new look that we've shown for the first time tonight there, to run a stretch play off of us running the ball up the gap all night long.
1st down, Lobos. Taylor now on the night. Got him with 8. That can't be right. 8 carries, 43 yards. Is that right? No, he had 3 for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I messed up something on the
hit
stats.
40. He hit 40 then.
Yeah. Hand off to him again. This time to the 31-yard line as he goes for 5 more.
A good 1st down play there. Good 1st down run as that put us in a positive situation there.
Oh, I know what happened. We went backward instead of forward. We marked that on the wrong side. Now we're going to get that right. We'll get the yardage set here in just a second. This is the problem with running a program. Sometimes the program, gets bad input from the guy doing it.
That's all right. We got a power look here.
And then back to the ground they go again, right up the middle. This is going to be very close to a 1st down at about the 26-yard line. And that was Boosie on the carry. As they're going to move the chains. He got enough for the 1st down.
Strong run there by Boosie as he hit that hole running full throttle. He wasn't going to be stopped. He had a 1st down on his mind.
Mark him at the 26-yard line. 1st down.
And with 3.5 minutes left to go in the clock here, Longview doesn't look like they're in a hurry to be able to score right now.
By the way, 9 carries, 76 yards for Taylor Tatum. Handoff again to Washington. Up the middle he goes, picking his way to near another 1st down. He got about 8, and it's 2nd down and 2.
Again, keep busting these big-time runs, as Lancaster has not been able to have an answer for us whenever we go under center with the two running backs in the backfield. As Lancaster settles for a timeout, they recognize what's going on here.
Comes just shy of the 3-minute mark, 21 all ball game. Timeout on the field. And we'll take it as well. You're watching us here on Longview Game Day. righty, welcome back. 2nd down and 2 for Longview. 3:03 left in the first half, 21 all game. This has been a fun first half. It's been a stressful first half. I'm sure if you're a fan watching this, you're losing your mind a little bit, but it has been a fun first half. We've been in some non-competitive games.
Yes,
the McKinney game was competitive. The others were not. As a fan, you want them all to be blowouts for your guys.
Absolutely.
But the reality is they're not going to be, and if you want to make a deep run and maybe win a state championship, you got to win these kind of games.
Especially on the roads. And,
you're right.
And that's what makes this game tonight more important, is that we're playing like this and we're on the road.
Buster Humphrey back in the game at fullback. He's in front of Taylor on a 2nd down and 2. Big lineup. Handoff to Taylor. Got a little bit of space, then just powers his way forward. Boy, he got hit in the hole straight up and just ran over the defender and got the ball to the 14-yard line on the play that looked like maybe a yard.
It looks like we have a timeout here. I think that may be called by Longview, as I see Coach King walking out there on the field. Taylor is showing you why he's one of the top Ironman players out of the Lobo program. He was stopped there, but he just kept driving. He showed a will, a determination to get that first down.
They didn't call a time. They're still alive. Oh, ball on the ground. Tut's got to go down and get it, and smartly just covers it up rather than make it worse. And they'll lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
And we're okay here. We're in the red zone here. 15 yards, about 15 yards to go. We've been able to be successful running the ball. So I expect to see that a lot more as we try to dwindle down this clock as much as we can to not give the Tigers any chance to go down the field and score.
Yeah, we'd like to run it all out.
Absolutely.
15-yard line. And of course, Lancaster's going to get the ball to start the second half after they deferred. On second, handoff Tatum. Tatum with a little crease inside the 10, bounces down to the 9-yard line as he gains 6.
It's a recipe of the same thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Continue to keep running at them. As we got a holding call here.
That one bites. That one stings a little bit. You had it down at the 9. We would have had a 3rd down and about 5. And the officials are sorting out where the spot was and where this thing is going to be placed, as the clock stops with exactly 2 minutes left in the half.
So it looks like there's going to be a 2nd and forever. It looks like maybe about 25 yards or so to get to the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to. Yeah, okay. Well, they'll do it from the 15. So we're going to have the holding penalty instead. And we'll take off Taylor Tatum's run. So ball's back to the 25-yard line. Lobos are facing a 2nd and 20.
Again, you have 9 men in the box here. It's man-to-man coverage.
Tut back to pass, looking for Tatum. Came out of the backfield, wheel route. He's going to dive toward the goal line, and he got it.
Touchdown. Coach King knew exactly what the play was called. He knew exactly what the defense was going to line up in as Taylor ran a wheel route to beat the linebacker. And good luck trying to cover him in that situation. Touchdown, Lobos.
Saw that coming from as soon as they snapped the ball. He emptied out of the backfield, got a linebacker man-on-man, and beats him to the ball and fights his way into the end zone. And with 1:46 left to play in the first half, the Lobos go on top.
Yes, indeed. Their
first lead of the game. Kick on the way. That is good as well. We'll make it 28-21. Timeout with 1:46 left in the half. You're watching us here on Longview Game Day.
And now at Orr, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at Orr Cadillac GMC in Longview.
All right, welcome back. 9 plays, 51 yards as the Lobos take their first lead of the night. And that's sweet sounding, I'll be honest with you.
Absolutely. Hey, you have to take a breath a little bit because there's a lot of scoring going on right now.
There's a lot going on. I'll tell you what, a game that started with a lot, we had a first drive punt, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. the pick six, and the game kind of settled in since then.
Absolutely.
Longview, however, last 2 drives have had a couple stops and now scored themselves to break what was a 21-14 deficit into a 28-21 lead. Maceveas going for the end zone as he boots it over everybody. Got the wind behind him on that side, and he'll come out to the 25-yard line. Lancaster's got a minute 46 left to work with.
And to me, right now is the pivotal point of the game. You got a minute and 45 seconds left. You're up by 7. You realize you cannot let them score right now because they get the ball back to start the second half. So right now it's all important for you to get a stop right here, go into the halftime with the lead, and play defense again to start the second half.
We have not seen Jaquavius Pipkin at all in this game, the second of the 2 quarterbacks. And instead, Carter Jones, number 6, has gone the whole way. He's out there again.
And one thing too, they haven't shown us any deep passes right now. So everything has all been short. So let's keep everything in front of us again, as we got a flag.
Yeah, we got a flag before we ever get going again. Lacey's going to be easy to identify. He's wearing the mint green gloves. And there we go, false start. 1st and 15. That hasn't phased Lancaster at all. They've had one of those already. They've had a holding penalty and overcome it already. Those things haven't even seemed to bother them.
Right.
So back to the 20 they'll go. All right, Tigers with 4 receivers set. Lacey the lone back.
Watch him.
And they're going to roll, then throw, and again another short pass. Good out to about the 35-yard line. That's Emmanuel Choice with the reception, and that's enough to move the chains.
And they're rolling to the quarterback's strong side, to his strength. And anytime you start seeing that, you start seeing what they call layer routes. You see a receiver in the flat, and you're going to see another one right there behind him.
They moved it out to the 39-yard line, so better than I thought. They gained 19 on that. That's a first down, back to pass. To the middle of the field, diving attempt, and ball incomplete. Robertson over there on the coverage, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Excellent coverage there. Quarterback, he did us a favor there. He did not step into that throw, as he could have easily threw the ball inside and got a completion there. Threw it off his back foot and causes the ball to go low as it brings up a 2nd and 10 there.
That's just the 2nd incompletion for Carter Jones. 9 of 11, 153 yards in his first half. He's back to pass again. Looking to his right, launches one up, got Choice. You can't hang on to it. Really good job getting into that and causing a problem. And that from the Lobos is number 12. That's Brian Peoples, who's one of the backup safeties who got in there. And tell you what, he had the receiver looking up at him, hearing footsteps.
He heard footsteps there. He's playing a little bit more tonight because we're playing a different type of sub package. You got Willie Nelson, who is normally a starter at safety for us, playing down here at the cornerback.
All right. Back-to-back incompletes. Brings up 3rd down and 10 now. Lacey back in the backfield. See if they go to the ground. They don't. To the air. Pressure coming. Zarius Shepard's first one there. They'll get him down back at the 30-yard line. That's Zarius' first sack of the season. And what a time it comes with 1:14 and counting. If you're the Lobos, you want to call time, you think.
And we definitely, Coach King has just called a timeout there. It looks like it was an excellent pressure there by Shepard. And it looks like we was able to get in. Been able to get in and stop there. I think Billy Smith was in there too as well.
Well, the combination gets it a sack back to the 30. So they lost a bunch on that. They've got 4th down coming up and about 19. Lobos with 1:10 left in the half are going to get a chance to get the ball back.
Got a lot of time here. They come out playing man-to-man, look for us to try to go up top with DK Reese with our big receiver, our big 6'4" receiver out there. Look for another wheel route or something to get Taylor or Boosie going.
I don't want to go to halftime right now. It's just getting to the place where the Lobos have started to figure it out on both ends. Do we have to take a break? Can we just go ahead? And I don't want to deny the bands getting out there.
Right.
Love both bands, but right now we're in a pretty sweet spot.
Yes, indeed. Here.
All right, Willie's back at about the 46-yard line. We have not seen big leg from Castro, and he's back at his 15. Colby doesn't want to kick one to Willie Nelson. High snap. He goes over and gets it. Boy, I don't know if they blocked it or not, but it feels like it went off of one of the linemen. I think it went off one of the linemen for Lancaster. It looked like it hit 74, or 34 rather, the fullback, and that's where it's going to be downed on that first high snap, then low line drive kick that got the fullback in the back. And look where the Lobos are going to get the football.
And this is the reason why special teams is important. Once he jumped and had to catch the ball, he panicked. And so he had to hurry up and get the ball out quickly. And it was a low line driver, and was able to hit the defender right in the back, which gives us excellent field position here.
That's a 10-yard punt. So Longview's going to get it at the Lancaster 40-yard line with 1:06. And on first down, what do we get here? To about the 30, where are they going to mark this down? 35, 36-yard line, so gain of 4 for Taylor Tatum. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And we have 2 timeouts left here, so we got plenty of time with the ball on the 36-yard line.
Clock stopping just shy of 1 minute. 2nd down and 6. Tatum's a deep back. You don't have to throw, and they don't. They go back to the ground to Taylor, finds a little hole and squirts through to the 29, make it the 30-yard line. They'll call him down there, which is very close to the first down. In fact, they're saying move the chains forward. He got the first.
And as they call it a first down, the clock stops as we hustle back up to the line of scrimmage.
You get the stop until they reset. Back to it again. And again, he breaks through and got down inside the 20-yard line to about the 19-yard line. Taylor with another 11 yards.
He's coming out of the game right now to get him a quick breather. Clock stops again as we shuffle, as we sub. We got to give them a chance to sub too as the clock continues to run.
All right, to the ground we're going to stay. Boosie in there for a couple to the 16-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down, under 30 seconds left.
And now we call the timeout here.
With about 28 seconds left. Well, they didn't call time. We kept going.
Clock stopped here.
Clock stopped. I don't know who called the time or not.
Now Lancaster calls the timeout.
All right, well, the Tigers will take one. They actually do the Lobos a favor here, as we're going to keep it right here during this break.
I'm kind of curious what happened there.
Yeah, unless they had somebody that was either the coaches were seeing something that was making them vulnerable. Maybe the run. They expected maybe we better be backing up on our heels. There's not much time left. They may throw now. But either way, we'll have 2nd down and about 7 when we come out of the timeout. Lobos up by a score now, 28-21. And I'm trying to see, we still have, they're showing us with 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, and they haven't taken the timeout away from the Tigers.
No.
On the screen neither, so I think
they'll do it when they return to play. So 2nd and 7, and we'll see if Taylor's coming back. He gets the little break thanks to the timeout.
Be on the lookout, maybe of a play action here.
Boy, offensive line's done a nice job so far tonight.
Taylor's still out of the game right now.
Yep, it'll be Mumphrey and Washington in the backfield. Reese is the slot receivers. They're playing big boy football.
Yeah, definitely run here as we only have one receiver out. Or it could be a play action with a wheel route with Boosie as he's lined up looking like he's ready to go.
They're going to put 2 tight ends into this as both Tennyson and Mitchell are ready. Hand off. Boosie trying to go wide, gets the corner and tiptoes out of bounds. We'll say where, at about the 13-yard line, maybe the 14-yard line, 13-yard line. Gain of a couple. Clock stops with 20 seconds. So now 3rd down and 5. Still no Tatum out there. They're going to stay without him. Makes you a little bit concerned if he didn't get banged up on that last run.
Judging by looking at him on the sideline, has his hands on his hip. Nobody's around him checking on him. I think he's okay.
Boosie in motion. Tut back to pass. He'll roll to his right. Got a man. Caught at about the 12-yard line. That's Boosie with the catch, but that's short of the first down.
Tut's a little frustrated. Oh, they call incomplete.
Oh, okay.
Tut has to be a little frustrated with himself as he's let that ball sail on him. He was wide open there. He could have easily caught the ball and got out of bounds. That's a ball he definitely wants to have back.
Yeah, he must have short hopped that in there.
And
They started to put it down at the 12, and instead they put it back at the 14, and that means Monsiváis is going to come in for a chance to kick a field goal. He's going to line this one up at the 20-yard line, so it's a 30-yard attempt. Touch the holder. This is going to come from the left hash with 9 seconds and counting. Here's the kick on the way. Got a lot of leg, and he bangs it through from 30 yards away to make it a 31-21 lead. As they didn't even run any clock off that at all.
No, and that was excellent do by the Lobos to make the most of that, being able to get points off of that drive.
Well, it was 21-14. Now we're at a 17-0 run, making a 31-21 ball game. Frank wants to take. No, he doesn't want to take a break. So we'll just stay here. We'll run the Lobo flags on the field, and we'll get ready for what should be the last kickoff of this half.
Absolutely. Excellent 7-minute drive, I believe, by the Lobos. We win 17 unanswered points to get us up by 10 to get ready to go into halftime.
Yeah, last drive, 7 plays, 26 yards. Well, following the whatever it was, the short kicks, actually 40-yard drive.
Yeah.
7-play, 40-yard drive.
Wish we could have got a touchdown there, but got to be happy with the points because that put us up by 2 scores, especially going into halftime.
You bet. If you are the Tigers coaching staff, you're going to have to do a lot of work in this in this half. Not necessarily strategizing, getting your kids back into this.
Yes, absolutely. Because you got to think about it. They're running off with 3 losses so far, but the way that their non-district schedule has been very hard.
Yeah.
But to be in your to be losing your 4th straight game has to be kind of playing a toll on you in the mind.
Well, this was the game.
Yes.
Forget about South Oak Cliff. Forget about Denton Geyer. Forget about McKinney North.
Mm-hmm.
This was the game. If you were a Tiger fan, Tiger player, Tiger coach, this was the game. This catapults you to being legit.
Yes.
Not being 0-5 against the Lobos, which we still have a half play. Nobody's putting the end on this, but this is going to be a psychological job that Coach Leon Paul's going to have to do at halftime to try to get his guys back in there. And for Coach King and the Lobos, this just feels like we turned up the screws a little bit, turned up the heat a little bit, and it looks a lot like a year ago.
And playing on the road this year, you have to be more happy with the way that your team is playing. To be going up by 10, the way the defense has kind of settled down a little bit to be able to only give them 14 or 21 points right now. You got to be happy with that.
We said in the pregame when Pipkin came out of the game last year, it was good news. He has not played in this game so far tonight. Kick down inside the 5. They're going to run it out and fall down. Oh, man. Well, luckily there's only a snap left. But Henderson decided to run with that thing and just got his feet tangled up and went down at about the 3-yard line. So you figure they'll take a knee and reset at halftime.
Yeah, pretty much with the ball right there inside the 5-yard line. There's nothing else that you need to run but just take a knee, regroup, come out. You got the ball to start the second half, and just try to play ball from there.
You have kind of a sense here in the Tiger huddle. You're making sure you tell your quarterback, make sure you understand that goal line's behind you.
For sure.
Really close. Step forward if you're going to take a knee. We'll see if they do that or if they're actually going to try to run an actual play. But they're going to start at the 4-yard line. Carter Jones has been the guy. Lacey's way back in the end zone. And we got a whistle again.
For the first time you're playing on the center. I don't know what's going on here.
I guess the Lobos may have taken a timeout because they're all running to the Longview sideline. We've got 2 seconds left in the first half. What a crazy first half.
Crazy first half. Glad it's going in our favor. Got to be exciting to be a Lobo fan right now and to be on this stream. So if you're watching this, thank you for tuning in. We still got a lot of ball games left. Keep it going. Share and tell everybody that we rolling.
Stats at halftime. Lobos 13 first down, Tigers 12. Longview 19 carries, 150 rushing yards, 19 for 60 rushing yards for Lancaster. Tigers are 9 of 12 throwing the football, 153 yards. Lobos have completed 2 of 8 passes for 35 yards. Lobos 0 for 3 on third down attempts. The Tigers 3 of 5. But the big turnover, a pick 6, was kind of the killer.
Yep.
Short punt, a face mask that saved a fumble from happening. And all that has kind of turned the tide the Lobos' way. Carter Jones going to just take a quick knee, and that will end the first half. Well, if you're a Lobo fan, just about everything you would have hoped for. Kewan Lacey held to 62 yards with that ankle. Taylor Tatum, 13 rushes, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown in half number 1. Lobos go to the locker room with a 10-point lead. And we're going to be quiet, and the two bands are about to take the field to entertain not only this crowd, but you as well. And we'll come back at the end of the halftime and get you ready for half number 2. We'll bring you up to date on the scores around the area, as well as any stats we missed from half.
When I was a child, one of my favorite Bible stories was David and Goliath. Sadly, if you or your loved ones are involved in an accident, the insurance company and the lawyers who represent them are Goliath. For over 25 years, myself and my partner Marty Young have stood between you and Goliath. The insurance companies know the difference between Godarzi and Young and all others. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we're here to help.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital, or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist today.
is senior Liliana Zuniga. Spirit Girl of the week is senior Caitlin Ingram. Teacher of the week is Mrs. Cassandra Collins. The new vets are under the direction of Mrs. Debbie McGowan and assisted by Mrs. Meg Lawrence. And now, the 2023 Longview High School Majorettes will perform a dance drill routine to Burn. Ladies and gentlemen, under the field direction of drum majors Layla Johnson, Christina Guerrero, and Lainey Weber, the Longview Independent School District proudly presents the award-winning Longview High School Level Band. This is the Big Green Marching Machine. All right, Lobo fans, on your feet as the big green marching machine marches the rocket out of the field. Students and directors of the Lobo Band would like to thank all parents, community members, and LISD for their continued support this season. We would also like to thank our sponsors for this year: Jodak Office Outfitters, Chick-fil-A, Longview, East Texas, Longview Regional, and Sorry and Hoover LLP. Thank you for your kind attention to tonight's performance, and as Mr. Hoover always said, go Lobos. Sure. Lobo Nation. Please welcome the Lobo Nation Band.
Well, if that doesn't get you ready for a second half, nothing will.
I mean, we're both over here just bouncing, enjoying ourselves. Excited to bring the second half to you guys. I enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that halftime by both bands. Looking forward to seeing a little bit more Longview, a little bit more action from the Longview Lobos the second half as we saw it in the second quarter.
That's the most I've bounced since that elevator ride coming up here. All right, it's 31-21 at the half. Chuck, Zach Eaton Daniels with you. The first half scoring, Lobos fell behind as Kewan Lacey went in from 7 yards away in the first quarter. Taylor Tatum evened it up with a 19-yard run. Then Lacey went on a 41-yard pass catch from Carter Jones. Javion Robertson's interception return, 35 yards, tied the game. J.B. Henderson from 2 yards away made it 21-14 Tigers, but Andrew Tutt ran from 32 to tie it up again at 21. Then Taylor Tatum caught his touchdown pass from Andrew Tutt. And John Monsivais with the field goal at the end to make it a 31-21 lead now. By the way, Tatum's second touchdown moved him ahead of Fred Talley. That touchdown catch he had. So he has 4 behind now Caden Meredith for the all-time touchdown scoring record in Lobo history.
All right, that's a record I think everybody in Lobo land know that as soon as it's going to be broken.
All right, we start half number 2. Lobos will kick off to start things, and kick coverage outstanding. They don't get to the 20-yard line, and Lancaster's going to have to start already having some negatives to end the first half. Start with a first possession outside or inside their 20-yard line.
It was an excellent kickoff coverage there by the Lobos to be able to tackle him outside of the 15-yard line to make them having to go 80-plus yards to score if they want to get back closer to us.
They'll mark them down on the 16-yard line, so that's where the second half will begin. First down and 10 at the 16 for the Tigers. And on first down to the ground they go, and nothing doing.
Play one of the second half, that was all Longview there. As they would settle, as Lancaster ran a zone read, wasn't able to get on the outside, wasn't able to find any room as we was able to make them for a tackle for loss.
Billy Smith, actually a yard loss on the play, so it'll be second down and 11. And let's see who we got in the backfield for the Tigers. Still Carter Jones.
One receiver down here at the bottom. They look like that's Jaden Simmons in coverage.
Yep, choice that one receiver. And back to handoff to Kewan Lacey. Lacey just does not have any explosiveness. You could see it on that time where he got away from the middle of the line, broke that thing toward the outside, and just could not hit another gear. And he checks himself, it looks like maybe out of the game. See if they're going to bring him back in or not, but he's looking at that left ankles. That play stopped at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I guarantee you that ankle is stiffened up. You got a 30-minute halftime or about 30 minutes of a halftime. If you're not doing anything, that ankle is just going to stiffen up. It's going to be hard to get it going.
All right, third down. Zion Stewart back in the ballgame. He's the tailback left to Carter Jones. Jones going to roll to his left, look left, throw left, and it's incomplete. It's a quick 3 and out.
Hey, that was an excellent stop there by Longview to be able to not give up a first down to start this second half drive for the Lancaster Tigers as they bring up fourth down.
John Berry's defense has made some adjustments since that 21-14 score, and the last several possessions have not been good for the Tigers. They, let's see, their last 2 possessions of the half were punt. One, they got a touchdown, one before that, an interception. So 3 of the last 4 possessions, either a turnover or having a punt. Willie Nelson's back. Punt on the way. Short, high, fair catch called for, made at the 45-yard line.
That's a flag all day long, and it could be a targeting.
Yeah, here come the flags.
And that's going to give the ball to close to about the 30-yard line for Longview.
Willie caught it at the 45, who never calls for a fair catch. Called for that one, though, and then got barreled over. And so we got a personal foul penalty against Lancaster. So instead of it starting at the 45, this is going to start at the 30-yard line on what was about a 25-yard punt.
Self-destruction there, self-inflicting penalty there by Lancaster Tigers. that gives Longview the ball right there on the 30-yard line and to hopefully get us back to stretch this lead out a whole lot further.
Yeah, at the 30, first down and 10. Andrew Tutt to the ground. Oh, right up the middle. Taylor Tatum trying to break it outside. Can't get away from the one last guy that had him by the leg. I believe that was Dylan Sandals who held on and brings him down.
Yep, Taylor was almost able to break out as the defender was able to make a shoestrings tackle to be able to get a stop there to save that touchdown to break us up to 2nd and 6.
All right, so 4-yard gain for Taylor to start the second half. We'll set you up on the offense here in just a sec. Back to the ground again. Bunching this one outside, 20, and stepping out of bounds just across the 15-yard line is enough for a Lobo first down. They'll mark him right on the 15.
And that was a great patient run there by, I was going to say Le'Veon Bell because it was almost a little Le'Veon Bell-esque. But excellent patient run there by Taylor Tatum as he showed a little wiggle to get on the outside and be able to get a first down for Lobos.
He went for 182 against them last year. He's well on his way to that again this year. Buster Humphrey at fullback. First down at the 15. Wildcat. Tatum, the lone guy back there. He got the ball. He's got the end zone for the third time tonight. 15 yards away. Slicing through the Tigers like hot knife through butter. And it's 37-21.
Cutting through them, not like a well-done steak, but a medium-well steak.
Medium well?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. We're going to medium rare, my friend.
Okay, we're going to meet you in the middle and call it medium.
Monsivias on for the point after try. Lobos have stretched this thing out now. And we get a point after. We're about to make this a 17-point lead, a 3-score advantage. Kick is up and good. And with 10-10 left to play in the third quarter, Lobos have started to exert their will. They're up 38-21 here on Longview game day.
5-yard penalty here.
And now at OR, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at OR Cadillac GMC in Longview.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Charlene Ingram today.
All right, welcome back. 3-play, 30-yard drive. Lobos up by 17 now. And this starts to really get dicey for the Tigers, who really kind of lose their ability to run with the football pretty soon. There's a kick that goes into the end zone and out. It comes to the 25-yard line. Tell you what, they opened up a little wildcat, which you hadn't seen much of so far tonight.
Not at all.
And it was just... Yeah, Lancaster seemed to have no answer for it.
And we haven't really shown that since game 1 of the season this year. So I guarantee you they knew about it, but they didn't account for it as Taylor went untouched there for the long touchdown.
All right, we'll see. If you're the coach of the Tigers, do you even put Kewan Lacey back in this game? Zion Stewart's going to get the first carry, and right up the middle he goes. Pretty nice run for almost 15.
Yeah, you got to think about that, especially if this game starts to get out of the way. You got to start looking out for the health of some of your better players, and with Kewan Lacey being one of your bell cows or your bell cow, you definitely don't want to see him risk himself with any more injury with the season on the brink.
15-yard gain for Stewart. They go right back to it again, looking to bounce outside, and nope, nothing doing. Peoples there for the tackle at the 41-yard line, gain of a yard.
Now the trouble with Lacey not playing when you got the backup running back in the game, he doesn't put fear in your heart. He's only about 5'9", so Longview is just going to tee off and just love to just meet him in the middle and try to take his head off. No pun intended.
Good game from Brian Peoples. Has made some big plays tonight. Back to pass on second down. They get rid of this one. It's caught. Willie Nelson on the coverage. And that's Emmanuel Choice, the 50-yard line. That's enough for first down.
Again, just that soft coverage that we were showing. Cover 3 look. Willie bailed out, and he just ran. The receiver just ran a quick 5-6 yard hitch, enough to pick up a first down and kind of move the chains. Now the key is, are they patient enough to keep doing that?
Right.
Because they're losing right now.
And if Coach Barry, you want them to keep doing that.
Correct.
You want to go for 8-10 yards? We'll let you do that. Back to pass again. They're going to go a little longer this time into double coverage, and that's not happening. Buda Garrett back there. Who else is in the picture?
It looks like Thomas Roel.
Yeah.
He's definitely mad at himself because he just had to get his hands up, and he would have got an interception there as he threw it into double coverage.
Yeah, I think that may be Peoples back there again as well. They had 2 guys back there. A third came into the picture, but that's exactly, if you're John Barry, what you want to see. Throw it deep because we've got guys back there.
And you're right. I apologize. I called the wrong name. That's definitely Brian Peoples. He had the chance to make his second big play of the night.
All right, 2nd down 10. They go with a rollout. Jones on the pass. And
ball is tipped.
Yeah, that one deflected out of bounds. Now it's 3rd down.
Yep, ball is tipped. He ran that. They run that sprint out action, and of course, you got the layer routes right there. The defender wasn't blocked much at all as he was able to get pressure in on the quarterback. He was able to bat the ball down to bring up 3rd and long.
You may be seeing some of those big offensive linemen if you're looking at 77 is Osborne Duncan. He's a junior that's 6'4", 330. He's the right guard. The left guard's Levon Davis. He's 6'4", 340. They got about 700 pounds worth of guards.
Man, one of the biggest offensive line group we've seen so far this year, and probably one of the biggest ones that we're going to see in the state.
False start penalty on the Tigers. They'll push them back to their own 45, and 3rd and 10 just became 3rd and 15.
Now, you want to be smart here, 3rd and 15. Watch for a gimmick play. Watch for some type of smoking mirror type action here, or just flat out just keep the receivers in front of you. Don't get beat deep.
They're bringing green gloves back in, so Lacey's back in there in the backfield. Man in motion on 3rd down 15. Lobos coming, throw on the way, and that's incomplete.
Excellent coverage there. It looks like we was in man-to-man. As they ran in motion, our defender ran with them, and everybody was locked in on whoever they was guarding.
Tyerick Martin was the intended target. Done a pretty nice job of keeping him in control. He blew us up a year ago. He's got 3 catches, 35 yards this year.
Yes, indeed. We've been able to kind of lock in on him, or it seemed like Lancaster really just hadn't been really targeting him a lot. Last year he was getting short gains, but he was making them effective.
Buda's back deep at the 15. Willie's at the 25. As Castro gets ready to punt again. This one another low line drive. Willie lets it hop. He's going to grab it on the bounce at the 21-yard line. Got away from one guy and a second guy, but can't get away from more than that as he's done at the 24-yard line.
Excellent stop there by the defense to come up with the second stop of this quarter. If you're Lancaster, man, you don't know what you can do right now. You need to score fast. You need to score in a hurry. Your better player, Lacey, is hurt right now. You don't have enough face to go dink and dunk all the way down the field. The big plays is not happening for you. Longview just seems to have an answer for everything that they're trying to do the second half.
Back with the ball. 38-21. Tutt handing off to Tatum, sweeping right, 30, 35, 40, 45, trying to outrun the defender to the corner. Just had a little angle on him and knocks him out of bounds, or Taylor stepped out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
And if you let Taylor get to that outside, chances are he's going to keep running for daylight.
He is just starting to feel it. It feels like he's starting to stretch things out a little bit more.
Hey, Frank just whispered in my ear. He said we're about due for DK Reese to get us a wide open long touchdown.
No kidding. 29 yards on the last run by Taylor. Back to the ground again. And falls across the 45. Well, they'll put him on the 45-yard line for a gain of a couple.
And I think Coach King is well content with the way that our offense is playing right now. He's going to continue to keep running that ball. Taylor's looking like he's getting ready to catch a breather as Boosie is checking in. But Hey, don't be surprised if we go for a play-action pass right here.
17 carries, 162, and 2 touchdown runs. He's also caught a touchdown pass. Boosie back in the ball game now as Taylor goes out.
And we got man coverage here. You got 90 men in the box.
Yeah, and we couldn't decide. We flipped. Boosie started on the left, flipped to the right, and we're going to end up getting called for a 5-yard penalty. Illegal shift, I believe, is what they called. Now move them back 5, so put the ball back around midfield. One of those just annoying penalties. Mm-hmm. That's all that is. That's just annoying.
One of those that you definitely hate to see. As you see, Lancaster, they're loading up in the box here.
And here we go to the ground to Kelvin Washington. Boosie to the 45. He'll get back the original yards. Wouldn't go down and finally got kind of piled down to the ground. Hit his head hard at the end of that play. But he'll get the 5 yards that they lost on the penalty.
Yeah, the momentum got stopped here, so he's not going to be, the ball is not going to be spotted where he got tackled at because momentum was stopped long before that.
So we'll go back to 3rd down and 8 now. Lobos going to bring Buster Mumphrey back in the game. As Boosie goes out, Ethan Harrison splitting out left, DK to the right. 3rd down and 8.
Single high safety, man free.
Yeah, play action, Tut back to pass. He's looking long for Harrison. Oh, got it at the 15-yard line. 1st down and 10 Lobos.
Heck of a judgment there by Ethan. He was able to make a play. I almost thought he kind of ran himself out of it, but he was able to get his head up and come down with it.
We're going back the other direction. Flag down at the 49-yard line. They got the Lobos for a hold, and that was all for naught.
Man, Ethan made a heck of a catch there, but it's all for naught. Like you said, it is coming back as we continue to keep shooting ourselves in the foot. This drive coming up with 3rd and forever.
So we'll move it back to the Longview 45-yard line, now 3rd down and 18. Clock's coming up on the 6-minute mark. Lobos kicked a field goal right at the end of the first half. They scored a touchdown on their first drive of the second half and have been pitching a shutout since midway through the second quarter. Tut back to pass again, in some trouble. Throws the ball deep. Reese is back there.
We got a flag.
Probably a pass interference call. It's going to be called on the defensive back, J.B. Henderson, back there. Reese kind of didn't take a great angle. DK kind of looked like he overran that just a little bit and reached back for it. Yeah. And we'll wait for the official word from the white hat official, but it certainly has the look of pass interference.
Absolutely, and it looks like DK did a heck of a job to try to make an effort to get to that ball, but it looks like the defender was just walling him off a little bit, and we're going to see what the call is here.
Yeah, we're going to start it back at the 45-yard line, and after a little discussion between the officials, they're going to pick up the flag. And I think they may have actually called that uncatchable.
And that's maybe be deemed a call uncatchable. So he wasn't able to sell that call good enough here as it brings up a 4th and long here.
So a couple of penalties killed what was a promising drive. And instead, John Monsivais is going to have to come in and punt. Henderson's back at about his 15-yard line. Snaps on the money. Kick way up in the air.
Excellent punt there.
Well, Monsivais has to drift back inside his 10. Gets away from 1 tackle, 2nd tackle, 3rd tackle. He's still going. This is a highlight play. 50, 45. Still going, 40-yard line. Lobos trying to finally corral him and get him down at the 21. They had him back at the 8. And he's going to bring it all the way to the Lobo 21-yard line. What a punt return by J.B. Henderson.
I mean, he brought some life to this crowd, to this Lancaster team here. Bad poor tackling there by the Lobos as we gave up more than 80 yards there to keep them. I mean, to to get them almost inside of the red zone to score.
Yeah, that's one 69 yards officially on the return. First down, they'll go to the ground. That's Lacey trying to sweep right, avoids one defender, cuts at the 20, and gets taken down at about the 14-yard line. As Dariensburg makes the tackle after a gain of about 7.
Excellent play by Dariensburg. He was also on that punt coverage, so he's really winded right now. But he's playing off of sheer effort and will.
Tell you how quickly things turn. Looked like we had first down at the 15 after the Ethan Harrison catch. Instead, penalties wiped that out. Long punt return back to the ground to Lacey. And, whoa, he is drugged down from behind. Those young linebackers doing the job again inside. This time it was Kaysen Brooks on the tackle, and it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, Brendan Reese, he slowed him down a little bit to let Brooks come in and make the tackle there to bring up a 3rd and short here. Of course, you got Lacey in the ball game. It looks like he's definitely going to be the one you need to keep your eye on here.
Still Carter Jones at quarterback. You figure they'll go between those big guards on 3rd and a couple. Sure enough, handoff to him, looking to go inside, and nothing doing. Again, the 2 junior linebackers, Reese and Brooks, just hanging on, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Absolutely. They're playing some excellent football right now this drive here. 4th and about 2 or 3. The backup running back is coming in the game as Lacey checks out. So you definitely thinking pass. Watch something quick here.
You would think. Martin's in the slot. He's the guy to watch out for, although they have liked for Emmanuel Choice.
Got to get down there on him on the slot guy.
Yeah, they're playing a little soft. That's Peoples over there across from Martin. 4th down and 2. Snap on the way, and we got a whistle beforehand.
Looks like a false start on them.
Yep. 4th and 2 just became 4th and 7. Delay a game.
But he's calling it on us. That's automatic first down. As we probably had some barking, as we was probably barking out the calls.
Oh, wait a minute.
First down.
What? Well, I didn't get that call. Did you see delay?
Yeah, he showed delay, but then pointed at us.
Well, that's messed up. And so, yes, it's a first down. First down at the 8.
Lacey checks back in.
1st and goal. Roll out right. Carter Jones throwing left, got a man wide open, and that's going to be an easy touchdown from 7-8 yards away. That's Tyrick Martin with the catch. And all of a sudden, the Tigers are back in this.
Yep, this game is a long way from over as we got 3 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter as they try to make this a 10-point ball game.
All right. Point after try to cut this down to 38-28. Well, a weird turn of events. Kick is on the way. It's good. We got a 10-point game. 3:23 left to play in the 3rd. We'll take a timeout here on Longview Game Day.
Our offense was dominating this year. Fast, powerful, virtually unstoppable. In fact, the only slow member of the team was me. When I was sidelined with ankle pain, it put the whole season at risk. So, just like when my players need the best care, I turned to a proven provider. Now, I'm back in the game.
Get the care you need at physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital or visit tsjh.org to find a specialist today.
All right, welcome back. That was a 4-play, 21-yard drive by the Lancaster Tigers to make this a 10-point ball game. Now Josh Rankin is special teams, who had a problem with the last time out there. This time a bobbling ball down on the ground. I think the Lobos fell on it around the 38-yard line. That was a tweener hop And Boosie came out of there with it. It'll be first down around the 40-yard line, but that was just a troubled good, and I won't say onside because it wasn't really an onside kick. It went a little more than 10 yards, but that was an in-between short hop you have to try to do something with, and luckily the Lobos keep possession of it.
Absolutely. Kind of skating on thin ice there, where we was able to go unscathed and be able to get the ball back.
All right, ball 39-yard line. Got to get back in there on offense. Taylor Tatum back in the backfield. And before we get going, I don't know if we got a sideline thing. I think we may have had the coaches or somebody a little too close to the referee on the Lobos side. We're going to kind of reset things. So we'll try it again. Harrison split out wide right. To the ground, Taylor Tatum right up the middle. Uh-oh, Taylor to the 50, Taylor to the 40, Taylor to the 30, Taylor to the 10. Touchdown, Taylor Tatum. Have that, Tigers.
Looks like he's kind of pulling up maybe with a little bit of crimp, but he made most do of that work as he made one play, 60-something yard drive. Good night from Taylor Tatum on that run. 61 more yards for Tatum, who now on the night has cracked the 200-yard mark. 18 carries, 223 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. And just when the Tigers got closer, like we're 2 scores there, instead you got a problem. Point after is good. 45-28. Lobos lead, 3:06 to play in the third. We're back here on Game Day.
In Longview, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Charlene Ingram for your insurance and financial needs.
All righty, one play, 61 yards. 4th touchdown of the night for Taylor Tatum, who now has 58 in his Longview career. And that was his 3rd of the night, which means he's now tied Fred Talley running for touchdowns. That's 53 rushing, 58 overall. And Monsivais' kick is going to go out of the back of the end zone, and he is racking up a big night tonight.
Anytime you're in the record books with Caden Meredith, Fred Talley, Jermichael Hasty, names like those, you know you're doing something as a running back for the Lobos. And shout out to him. He's having a well of a game, over 200 yards rushing, a plethora of touchdowns, whether it's rushing and catching. He's doing it all for the Lobos, and he's putting us back up by 17 points.
He came into this game with 400 yards over the first 4 games. He's got 223 tonight. And I would think maybe his night's going to be over, but I don't know.
No,
if Lancaster scores on first down, they go back to Lacey. And Lacey is not going anywhere. And again, it's the young linebackers at the forefront of all that. Brendan Reese again. 2nd down and 10.
Young linebackers, they're growing up before your eyes. They're making play after play right now. They're keeping this running game kind of contained.
Lobos are going to be off next week. It's a well-deserved week off. And then they go to Forney for a showdown match against the high-flying Jackrabbits. 2nd down and 10. Still been Carter Jones all night. Jaquavius Pipkin has not played. Handoff to Lacey, and nothing doing. Boy, he has stood up and stopped at the line of scrimmage, trying to see what truck hit him. That may have been that may have been Horton.
Buddha? Yeah, it looks like Buddha came in with striking him on the hit there, being able to get a stop there.
Isaiah Horton was there as well, so now it's 3rd down and 10. You figure Zarius Shepard and Billy Smith are ready to go get somebody.
Oh, yeah. You see them bouncing around. They're getting ready to go have a meeting at the quarterback.
Third
Watch
down
a
and 10. Jones back to pass. Sets in the pocket. Coming up on him. They got him.
And you called it there. We got a flag. Don't know what happened. It was a post play, so personal foul. Don't know where it's going.
I think Horton again was at the quarter. Some of them went by him, and I think may have been Horton that actually grabbed him and got the sack. We have to go back and watch the film on that one to see it exactly, but they got a sack back at the 24-yard line, so it would have brought up 4th down and 11. Now the officials discussing what's going to be a personal foul on Longview, and they just gave him 15 yards and another 1st down.
Hey, we got a chance to kick them while they're down. You don't want to give this team any type of life because they can score on you in bunches and in a hurry. You definitely don't want to have these self-inflicting wounds that's going to cause you to stay out there on the field longer than what you have to.
Yeah, you're going to have to stay out a little longer now. 15-yard penalty makes it a 1st down automatically up at the 39-yard line. 41-yard line is where they're going to put it. So 1st down and 10. Officials starting to play a little role in this game. Hand off to Lacey, up the middle. And again, linebackers holding on. Shepard that time teamed up with Brooks to stop Lacey after a couple of yards, and we're coming up on a minute here in the 3rd quarter.
Yep. Keep fighting out there on defense. Keep playing. Giving up minimal gains, or keeping them from having a busting for big gains as Lacey is checking out. Backup running back is in.
Zion Stewart back in there now. Gain of 4 on 1st down. Long delay as they're trying to look to the sideline for what they want.
They're rotating our coverage here.
Jones, handoff to Stewart. Going left, isn't going to get there.
Looks like Reese was able to get into him first and make the tackle.
Well, a helmet came off. Zion Stewart's going to have to check out for a play, and now it's 3rd down and about 5. Well, this Lobo run defense just has been outstanding week after week after week. I know the folks in Tyler want to claim that Tyler High's got the best defense in the district. I think they need to slow their roll just a little bit.
Yes, pump your brakes. You haven't seen the Lobos yet. This defense is definitely for real. Definitely one of the strengths of this ball club as we are a very senior-led defensive backfield.
Yeah, they're going to let the clock roll down to end the 3rd quarter, and so we're going to flip the field. 45-27 the score after 3. You're watching Longview Game Day. We'll come back for the 4th next.
I am Emily Kidwell Ramey, owner of SIG Ramey Insurance. Thank you for voting me Best of East Texas 3 years in a row for Insurance Agent. I am an independent agent. I shop the market for you. I specialize in home, commercial, auto, and life. Insurance is foreign to most people. You have to have an agent that is going to look out for your best interests in the coverages that you may not know that you need. If you do not have an insurance agent that is working for you, I would love for you to contact us. We're located on Judson Road. Just look for the green door or call me at 903-235-5658.
House party? We got you covered. Office meeting? Come on, treat them right. Game day? You know we're here for it. Get your taco, nacho, or fajita bar today, only at Juicy's Taco.
Alrighty, welcome back. We get ready to start the 4th. We're doing a little check presentation. Tell you what, we do a roll call every once in a while on the social media you guys are watching. I'm looking for who's the oldest person watching this. Graduate of Longview, what year did you graduate? Post it now. We're doing it on Facebook, YouTube. What's the oldest class watching us tonight? Man. As we start the 4th quarter, Lobos with a 17-point lead. I'm going to go back and say 67.
67. I'm going to go back and say 60.
60?
Yeah.
I think whoever that is got to be in bed by now.
I guarantee you they're excited to watch some Lobo football if they're still up.
Jones in trouble. Throws it, caught, but going down to the ground is Stewart. And he's way short of a first down. That makes fourth down.
And he actually lost yards by catching that ball. It brings it from a third and 7 to like about a 4th and 8 or 9 now.
And I'm seeing no movement toward bringing in a punter, so this is pretty much going to be last-ditch attempt if you're Lancaster to try to stay in this game.
Yeah, this is make or break time here for the Tigers. Whatever your best play is, you definitely want to give it a call because you definitely need to keep the drive going. If you're Longview, you keep them in front, make a tackle.
Jones back, pressure coming, they got him. They got him, and they'll drop him back for a loss. 91's Daryl Dolly who got there first. And that will end the drive for the Tigers, and here come the Lobos with 11-plus left to play in this game. They're going to take over on the plus side of the field, up by 17.
Well, apparently, I think we were the only one that knew how important that down was. The offensive lineman kind of fell asleep there. As soon as they snapped the ball, our defensive line was in the backfield to put pressure on them and get the sack and turn the ball over back to us.
Loss of 7 back to the 36-yard line. And away we go. First down. How about the ground for the Lobos? Cross the 35, make it the 32-yard line for a pickup of 4. That's Buster Humphrey on the carry.
And just like that, Taylor is checking back into the ball game. It's a good sign because earlier when he scored that touchdown, kind of came up a little bit, looked like he was catching a cramp in his calf. But to see him back out there, that's promising.
Humphrey has been blocking back for the most part tonight. Hasn't had a lot of carries.
Yeah.
But he's done a nice job as the blocking fullback. Taylor back in the game. He gets the football. And falls maybe for a yard to the 31-yard line. Is he wearing green gloves now, too?
He is. He switched them up the second half.
Everybody's got. There must be a thing on the green. They must be on sale.
Well, I noticed them last week when he was wearing them in the game, and I kind of like that look here. Kind of offset the green of ours with the green that he was wearing.
Harrison's got the pink gloves. He's down wide right.
You can't confuse them.
No, handoff Taylor Tatum. Left tackle dives forward, short of the first down by about a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 1.
4th down and 1. If you kick it, it looks like that it'd be a 40-something yard field goal. But with you in 4th and short, definitely with 1 yard to go, you're looking at your play sheet like, yeah, I could definitely get a yard here.
So 4th down and 1, coming up on 9.5 left to play in the game. Humphrey, the lead back in the eye. Taylor Tatum, the deep back, sure enough. Give it to him, that's money. Cross the 25 all the way down to the 22-yard line. Flag down right at the 27-yard line. Boy, at John King's feet. If this is on the offense, that guy may not get his flag back.
Looks like it may.
Offside.
Could be offside, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Call this. Yep, first down no matter what.
So the Lobos will take the run from Taylor Tatum. They've got first down at the 22-yard line.
Hey, Coach King has some quick feet over there.
Yeah. You don't want to see him dance.
Yeah, them hips are feeling good over there, Coach.
Tatum out. Boosie back in. Clock running. Lobos driving. Handoff Kelvin. He's going left. Oh, got a seam. And there he goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Boosie. 9:05 left to play in the game. And the Lobos have cracked 50.
Hey, Boosie said he's going to hit that outside, and if he's even with you, he's leaving you. Touchdown by Boosie. That was an excellent run by him as he's waving the white flag a little bit there.
51-28. Remember, this game was 21-14 in the first half. Lobos have outscored the Tigers, and we'll wait for the point after here, but 38-7 since then. And the kick is up, and the kick makes it a 52-28 lead. That comes with 9:05 left to play in the game. We'll take a break here on Game Day.
When I was a child, one of my favorite Bible stories was David and Goliath. Sadly, if you or your loved ones are involved in an accident, the insurance company and the lawyers who represent them are Goliath. For over 25 years, myself and my partner Marty Young have stood between you and Goliath. The insurance companies know the difference between Godarzi and Young and all others. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we're here to help.
All righty, welcome back. Little scoring drive by the Lobos. 5 plays, 36 yards following the 4th down sack. And Kelvin Washington having himself a little game. 6 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown.
Hey, it's been the running game shows tonight. That's been the recipe for success for us. We've been able to run the ball, whether it's been Taylor Tatum, whether it's been Kelvin Washington. Both of them have made do of it. Have been running the ball excellent. So shout out to the offensive line, especially with the way that we've been having to switch it up tonight. They answered this test tonight.
30 carries, 313 yards on the ground. Montevideo kick over the head of the Tigers. And boy, tell you what, they almost made a huge mistake. That thing barely got across the goal line. Had that stopped another yard or two short of that, that was a live ball. The Lobos could have grabbed right at the goal line. But when it's going your way, it's going your way.
Yes, indeed. That was almost a heads-up ball bounce for the Lobos. It looks like the only one Lancaster player saw it going that way, and he rushed to it, but it went into the end zone to give it a touchback.
Coach Leon Paul's trying to get his offense back out there to do something. Carter Jones coming out. Keon Stewart coming out with him. No Keon Lacey. Boy, Lobo pass rushers want to get theirs. It's time to get mine. Hand off Stewart. Boy, Horton in the backfield again. He is really coming hard off that right defensive end spot. That's going to be maybe a yard gain, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, he came off that edge with some bad intentions, and he delivered on it for a short gain to give it a 2nd and long here.
8.5 left to play and a little change. Longview up big. Lancaster has shown a little life in the first half and almost none since the 2nd quarter. Jones back, duress all around him.
Fumble.
He's lost the ball. He's going down to get it. He's still going to try to throw it and throws it away incomplete.
And I believe that probably is a flag because that was maybe a 2nd attempt at a pass.
I don't know.
Not sure what really happened.
Well, they've got a discussion going on again back around the 15-yard line. Now, I don't know if he just dropped it the first time or if it slipped out of his hand going forward. If he slipped out of his hand going backward, he's got a fumble and he can still throw it. He wasn't across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, as soon as he threw that ball, I saw the umpire throw his flag.
Well, he doesn't have his mic on, so we can't hear anything he's saying.
Can't see the gesture he's giving so far neither.
Yeah. Personal foul. This one on Lancaster. Well, they're going to be offsetting.
So let's do that play again.
So they're going to call it 2nd down. Those were post-pass penalties. So they'll make it 2nd down or 3rd down now. 3rd down and about 9 at the 20 or 8 at the 27-yard line. So the officials all gathering up their laundry. And with 8:20-ish left to play, it's 3rd down and 8 now for Lancaster. Carter Jones empties out the backfield. He'll go back 3-4 steps, rolling in trouble, and he's down again.
Chase.
And this time Chase Smith got there, and I think maybe with him was Arius Shepard.
I'm laughing because that was a jailbreak blitz there called by Coach Berry. He sent 2 linebackers in, and they timed that up perfectly, and they met him at the quarterback at the same time.
Loss back to the 19. It's 4th and a bunch.
Yeah, that rollout play that they had called was dead from the start.
The Tigers will be off next week, and they will host Tyler, and then they're at Forney. This four-game stretch may decide the fate of Lancaster, and it may be over by the 2nd week of October.
And I tell you what, man, going into that bye week, you may even lose some of your players because they're going to look at this as a lost season, and they might not show up the same.
Now we got a timeout on the field with 7:20. I've got 4th down. Frank's telling me it's 3rd.
Yeah, I think it's third because of those penalties, those offsetting penalties.
They had the 2-yard run from Stewart. They had the incomplete pass offsetting penalties. They said, they recalled it second down.
They recalled the second.
They didn't call it third. They called it second. That's what it is. Frank's right. I don't say that very often. Frank's right. So we've got 3rd down and 16.
You just paying attention a little bit.
Yeah. My bad. I apologize. So 3rd down and 16 back at the 19-yard line. Lobos get a bye week next week, and then they get to go to Forney. And Forney, who's unbeaten so far this season. We'll look at scores here in a minute. Back to pass, Jones. Quick little toss out. That's to Henderson, who makes himself a big play. This one's still going. He's going to get away from everybody and take it to the house. That's been their best play, just breaking tackles. Kewan Lacey scored on one of those earlier, and outrunning folks after they break tackles. Lobos have, on the edges, not tackled great tonight.
Yeah.
If you're looking at anything and you grade it tonight, and when you break down film, if you're the Lobo defensive staff, you're going to say, we really didn't tackle well from the corners.
Absolutely, and that play is going to have to be cleaned up because as a defense, you definitely don't want to give up any big-time plays, and you definitely don't want big plays to come off of mixed tackles.
All right, so point after try. It's Andres Castro, been their kicker all night tonight. He hits that one. Comes with 7:05 left to play in the ball game. Lobos are up 52-35. What are you pointing? Oh, there was a flag on it? Well, they're probably going to put that on the kickoff. We won't worry about it. Quick timeout here on Longview Game Day. Officials still down there discussing what the penalty was on the point after, which was a bit unusual for it to be such a long discussion. Looks like they're going to set the ball at the 40-yard line. Scores from the rest of the district tonight. Forney leading Lufkin 21-14. So much for the blowouts.
Tough game there.
Much closer ball game tonight. Also in district, West Mesquite 27, North Mesquite 9. That's in the 4th quarter. And of course, last night, McKinney North beat Tyler 31-26. They have not put the point after up. I wonder did he miss that kick? I thought I saw hands go up that he made it.
I did as well too.
Maybe their scoreboard operator.
It looked good.
He may not have. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna hedge my bet here and say yes, he made it, and then we'll come back and see.
Or it's a personal foul penalty. So now look at where they're kicking the ball from. They're kicking it from the 45-yard line.
Right. So if you're the Lobos, 10 up front, 1 back deep, because this is a prime spot for an onside kick with 7:05 left to play. So we got a little chippy. A couple of personal fouls on the last drive on an incomplete pass, and then one on the point after try. It's not going to make a happy Coach John King. Does not like those penalties of non-discipline. All right, so expect the onside kick. Here we go. And actually just punch it hard right down the middle. Not sure about that one. Instead, caught at the 15-yard line. Lobos will start outside the 20, about the 23 or 4, with under 7 minutes left to play.
Now, this is a part of the ball game where execution has to be made. You're up 17, under 7 minutes to go in the game. You kind of want to go into a little bit of that 4-minute offense right here, where you're not running the play early in the play clock. You want to run that clock down You want to play ahead of the downs here and good methodical plays and a lot of running plays here for the Lobos here.
Explain this to me. You're a smarter man than I am, Keaton Daniels. Why are you not onside kick there?
That right there, I don't understand that. Especially when you have the ball right there on that side of the 50. Onside kicks make that much more sense.
Taylor Tatum back in the game. We were worried about him after the long touchdown run when he pulled up a little lame. Apparently it's not a big deal. They're going to hand it to him on first down and a couple of yards, 23-yard line, second down and 8.
And right now, too, you're going to get a lot of blitzing from the Tigers as they have to go all out. King, you could think about passing, but there's no need to. Play action pass here. I mean, we're not trying to run up the score here. We want to, we're at the point of the ball game where we're going to try to get out with the win and still do it our way.
Yeah, we don't want the clock's your thing.
Correct.
Right now, you don't care about points.
Absolutely.
52 is enough.
Absolutely.
And fans want more, but you just want that clock to get down to 0. Hand off to Taylor again. Now, Taylor wants maybe some more as he's got the 30, 35, 40 to 41-yard line.
Should be close to 250.
We'll see where they mark him down. But it's going to be around the 41. And I may say we don't want any more points. I think Taylor Tatum would argue that point.
The way he's running, yeah, he's looking like he definitely wants some more.
Yeah, right at the 41. Let's see. He's now up to 252.
52 there.
22 carries, 252 yards. I'm not official. They will be on the paper tomorrow. I'm just giving you what I can do. First down. This is Boosie back in there, and he's going to spin his way for 5,
and he's not
9,
going down,
and 10. They'll mark him for a first down, move the chains.
Excellent run there by Boosie to kind of cap off things. I'm going to try to get ready to head downstairs to go try to catch up with some players after this game and get us some interviews.
You're leaving us already?
Yeah, I hate to have to leave good company.
Oh, man.
But my job is not done. I'm going to head down there and get a little bit of the action and catch the game tonight.
I'll try to carry it without you then if you're going to leave already.
Hey, well, I appreciate it. It's always good.
You bet. All right, it's Keaton Daniels. He's heading down. We'll keep going. Hand off to Kelvin Washington, 40, 35, 30, and across the 25. Let's see where they got him out of bounds. The 24-yard line. Another nice run for Boosie, who picks up another 25 yards.
Hey, Chuck, you've got some help, man. I've got a headset now.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how much more help I can be, but...
I didn't think we could afford that kind of help. A high dollar, Frank Sides joining us.
Well, I'll tell you what, if this weren't such a wild and fun game, I may not be able to help you here.
369 yards on the ground now for the Lobos. Clock 5 minutes and a little change. First down again, 23-yard line. Kelvin again straight ahead as he goes to the 19-yard line, a gain of another 4.
Yeah, Boosie's kind of getting his first bit of real run this season tonight, and the young man looks every bit as explosive as he was last year, and looking forward to seeing a couple weeks down the road when we get him involved heavily in the second half of some football games.
9 carries, 85 yards for Kelvin Washington tonight. Add his yardage to the 62 I think I said, for Taylor Tatum. And you can see why the numbers are gaudy. Those two are just eating them up right now. Back to the ground to Kelvin again, right up the middle. Fighting for the 10, still pushing to the 5, where it's going to be first and goal. They'll stop him at the 6-yard line.
Such a luxury to have that young man in the backfield when Taylor needs a breather. And this is that time of the game where the offensive line just gets to eat, Chuck. This is their favorite time of night.
13 more. Boy, the big boys up front, you are right. Fernando Longoria, Cedric Wrighton, Tavion Morgan, Jamorion George, Jacoby Watts. And don't forget the tight end, Cedric Mitchell, have just pushed and pushed and pushed on this defense for the Tigers tonight. And it looks like after the fact, we're going to mark them back again. Are you kidding me? Back again to the 21-yard line. That looks like a 15-yard penalty again.
Going to have a very unhappy John King after this one. Even with a victory, it's been a little messy tonight, Chuck.
I did not see an official signal, but I'm going to guess that that's a personal foul penalty, unless they blew that thing dead. I don't know how that would be. They've got it back to the 21-yard line, so they have not set the clock. They still show second down.
Let's see some of that Andrew Tutt athleticism here. How about a keeper?
So from the 21-yard line to the ground to Boosie. Going outside. Got the 15. He'll be knocked out of bounds there as he picks up 6. And now there's another flag down at about the 14-yard line. And one behind the play at the 22-yard line.
Does your app keep track of
penalty
yards?
It stopped that a long time. I gave up on that. That between it and me, they would never work.
Tonight or just in general?
Tonight, but in general, usually. I think they're going to call holding on the Lobos, so back 10 more yards. We got down to the 6. Well, the next play we're going to snap the ball is going to be outside the 30.
Those hidden yards will come back and really bite you in competitive games down the road on the way to a state title.
So,
my goodness.
Yeah, this is very, very this is uncomfortable is what you typically get here. This is an uncomfortable thing. Back to the 31-yard line. So after back-to-back penalties, one that got him from the 6 to the 21, and now one that's going to get him from the 21 to the 31.
Just to note, they did put up a point after score.
Yeah,
now,
no,
so.
I got that. Yep. Yep.
52-35, Lobos lead.
Yeah, I trusted me more than I trusted their scoreboard operator.
Yeah, I had the camera. I was looking right at the umpire. He signaled it was good. So.
All right, so back to the 31-yard line now.
Now, if that point comes into play tonight, something's gone very wrong for these Lobos late.
Right. 52-35 the score. It's a strange scoreboard that they have here at Tiger Stadium. They show the home team score. They don't show the visitor score.
It can't be intentional, right?
There's no, you look up at the scoreboard, you got their number lit up, 35, and you do not see anything next to visitor, where it should be 52. Buster Mumphrey, and how about another flag, and we're going to we may be going back 5 more. Yep, false start. Holy cow. Okay.
Not exactly the way you want to finish a win like this. I mean, a win's a win, but going to have a lot to clean up headed into our off week.
It's still second down and now 25. Okay. Is that right? 10? No. About 22 or 3. Their operator on the scoreboard's got it kind of messed up. You can get a first down at the 13. We're at the 36 now. And how about we'll try it again to the ground. Ahead for Mumphrey to the 33-yard line. And no flag this time, which is almost noteworthy.
I'm interested to see if we don't convert this third down, if we let our young field goal kicker, we're into the wind. Scratch that.
We're about 50 right now. We're at 50 yards.
I misspoke. I thought the wind was blowing the other direction. Scratch that.
No, but it is a good idea to think about in these kind of games.
Sure.
How much, if we were trailing by 2 points, could you get from John Monsalveas?
I mean, you've got recent man coverage. Do you take a shot here or just take your medicine and punt one? Because you're kind of in no man's land here. You don't want to punt from the 30-yard line, but you're not going to make a 50-yarder into the wind. What do you do here, Chuck?
Well, it looks like John King's going to take a timeout.
Talk about it.
What had been a long, weird series. It's just been forward, back. Now we've got third down and around 20 with 2 minutes and a little change left before we're done. Yeah. We don't have a game next week. Bye week next week. And when we come back, we go to see Forney. And just to give you an idea, the Lobos are averaging about 35 points a game. This is going to obviously increase the number a little bit. Forney's averaging 62 points a game. Now, they only scored 21 against Lufkin, so their number's coming down. Our number's going up. But Forney has led the district in every appreciable offensive category.
Yeah, and I'm not watching film, so I don't know how they're coming about these 60 points a game, but something tells me they're throwing the ball a little bit. So we're going to have kind of a styles make fight kind of game, and I'm looking forward to it on the road.
Forney's beaten Crandall 64-10, Frisco Memorial 62-0. Mesquite Poteet 53-0, and they beat West Mesquite last week. I don't remember what the score was last week, 69-0.
Is the best course of action just to chunk one up here? I mean, what options do you have, really? Hand it off and punt from the 30? Let's see.
You probably hand it off twice and make them eat another minute off the clock. And there it is. Buster Mumphrey up ahead. He'll get a yard, 32-yard line. And now, Lancaster's going to burn a timeout, looks like, with 1:54 left.
The Lobo fan in me will not allow me to just assume that that's what we're going to do. Because DK Reese has got a streak going. He's caught a touchdown pass in every game this year. Had a couple good looks tonight, and just missed one earlier. Yeah,
we've got 1:42 left in this one. Lobos about to go to 4-1 on the year. Boy, if I'd have asked you at the beginning of the year, number 2 and number 3, preseason number 2, number 3 ranking teams will meet in Lancaster, and when the game's over, between them they're going to score nearly 80 points, and one of them's going to walk out 4-1, and the other one's going to walk out 1-4. You'd have never believed it.
No, when the season started, this was number 2 and number 3 in the state. This is the game that we all had circled on the calendar as what was probably going to be for the district title, and obviously the penalties are something you're going to take away from here and want to correct. But outside of that, the Lobos made some solid adjustments on defense and look like a really, really, really good football team right now.
Last night, JV, Lancaster beat Longview 6-0. The 9th grade, Lobos won 12-8. So they split in the sub-varsity games yesterday.
Now here on 4th down, obviously if you don't convert, the clock stops. So is this where you think about taking that shot?
Probably. If you and I would say yes. I think Coach King probably runs it up the middle again. Although when Lancaster calls a timeout like that, it kind of changes the dynamic just a little bit. See what they decide on it. Yeah, they are going to throw it. Tut back.
And he's got DK.
He's got a man deep. Ball's knocked away. Where's a flag? No flag. And it's going to be Tiger ball with 1:49 left to play in the game. They took a shot at it, gave him a ball that was up there, and just a well-played defensive play. I believe that was J.B. Henderson again back there on the coverage.
That's why I'm not allowed to do color for Chuck. I cannot help myself.
It's perfectly fine.
This particular moment of the game, yes, but in the first quarter, I don't think you'll take that too well.
All right, we go the other direction with 1:49 left. Not a great night for Andrew Tutt if you're looking at stats, which, unfortunately sometimes you do. He was 2 of 10, 35 yards and a touchdown. But he didn't make mistakes. Still no interceptions. Pass caught by Emmanuel Choice, booted Garrett over there to hog time at the 35-yard line after a gain of 3. So we'll flip in the other direction here, and it's 2nd down and 7. Coming up on a minute left. Jones back again, another short pass, this one hot and through the hands of the intended target. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Yep, Lobos bobbled a little bit early. But it was only for about a quarter. And then the pressure from the Lobo defense and the continual push by that big offensive line just overwhelmed the Tigers. And like I said, they've got a bye week as well, and then they've got 2 games that they're going to have to win something here pretty soon. Another pass outside. This one caught at the 40-yard line, little juking move out of bounds to about the 43. That should be enough for a 1st down with a minute left. But we're in a position right now where they drop those next 2 games after this. I think they've got Tyler and Forney, and go 0-4 to start district. I don't even know that winning the last 3 games does anything for them. They may be the first number 3 team in the state to miss the playoffs. They're back to pass now. Jones stepping up. Oh, he got grabbed down by the jersey. Just an impressively strong tackle that time. As Jamerson Derensburg makes the tackle. And we're down to about 45 seconds now. On the night, Taylor Tatum, 22 carries, 252 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. He caught a touchdown pass. Kelvin Washington had 10 carries, 98 yards. Andrew Tutt, 2 for 31. Buster Mumphrey added 4 more carries for 9 yards. Jones back to pass. He's going to air one out deep. And that one's picked off. How about one more for the stat book?
That's Willie.
Willie Nelson with another interception. That's his 15th career pick. He's across the 40 and down at the 36-yard line with 8 seconds left to play. One more for Willie.
Chuck, that was a one-handed interception. That'll go up on the site this week. I can promise you that. Wow.
2 picks in the last 2 weeks for Willie Nelson. Lobos will come out and take a knee. And they're about to finish off the Lancaster Tigers. A pick 6 in the first half really changed the complexion of this ball game. Javion Robertson with an interception took it to the house. That was the game changer that started it. It tied the game back up again. Face masking penalty on a Taylor Tatum, what looked like fumble, that allowed the Lobos to keep the ball, then led to a drive. They took the lead and really never looked back. Went from 21-14 down to winning this thing tonight 52-35. And we'll go 2-0 in district, 4-1 overall on the year. And you heard the horn as the Lobos take this one tonight. You get you a final score. Forney turned it on the fourth quarter. They beat Lufkin 42-21, so they're still unbeaten. West Mesquite finishing off North Mesquite 27-16. That's how the district played out tonight. All right, Frank Sides.
That's it for me,
What
Chuck.
do you think?
Handled this. I think we're ready to get wrapped up, get out of here, and take a week off and get ready for a showdown on the road.
Enjoy the Friday off next week. We will be back in 2 weeks from tonight at Forney, where the Jackrabbits and the Lobos will be playing for the district lead on that Friday. All right, well, for Keaton Daniels, for Frank Sides, for the entire Longview Game Day crew, we thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the presentation tonight. Lobos with a 52-35 final win over Lancaster. We're done for tonight. You guys take care. Have a great night, and don't forget what we tell you every Friday, just like James Brewer would say in the hallway of Longview High School, go be somebody.